New year, new pressure. We're riding the full highlight, not cherry picking.
Welcome back to it is the first Monday of 2026.
First Monday means truth. Your habits don't care what day it is.
Oh, baby, the handsome chief throws tough love on the table every now and then, and conversations you will not find anywhere else.
That's the point of this show. We say what you're thinking, then we make you act.
People apparently like to stick stuff up their rear end, Jimmy. Yeah, and the government tracks it. The United States government tracks what people put up their rear end.
That's the wildest receipt ever. Your dumb choices still end up in a database.
Hey, deep dive, your 5 days from quitting. Gentlemen, women, men, mornings in the Lab Nation, there's a high chance you're starting something today and you might be quitting by Friday. You never know what she's into. We're gonna get into being delusional about success.
Delusion loves quotes. Discipline loves calendars.
Time blocking your identity.
Time blocking isn't a hack. It's you choosing who you are.
And embracing baldness, mentality.
Control what you can control. Let the rest go quiet.
Emotionally, and for some of us, physically.
Here's the plot twist. Nothing went wrong. This is the week that reveals what you actually built. If your plan needs perfect energy, it's a fairy tale.
I get my notification from my sleep score.
Data can guide you. Data can also bully you. Enough. Use it, don't worship it.
You did good, but you could have did better. I'm like, fuck off. I feel really good right now.
And the worst part of it, it's like, this is a number that fucks people up, but not even a fraction as bad as the scale.
The scale lies with confidence. It reports weight, not worth.
You don't have to fucking buy an Apple Watch and a fucking ring.
Don't buy discipline. Do the free part first, then earn upgrades.
Whatever this shit is.
It's true.
To put in more effort. You could get up in the fucking morning and take a quick note.
Notes beat gadgets. Clarity is cheaper than coping.
I think my main point of that is I just don't want someone to think they got to go spend X amount of dollars.
That's real leadership. Don't sell a costume, sell a habit.
Oh, I agree.
To put more effort into the goal.
Oh, hey, I'll back it up. Just put your shoes on today.
Shoes on is a win. It's identity before intensity.
Just put your shoes on today. And maybe for the next week, that's all you do is put your shoes on. That's the win. Maybe that's it. That's your win. I put my shoes on all week.
That's a streak. Streaks change who you think you are.
Why the fuck do you have to go to the gym to exercise? Go for a walk.
The gym isn't the gatekeeper. Movement is the point.
It took a revelation. So again, advice, and I've told you the trigger for me, Johnny, I have my shoes on all day when I work from home.
That's environment design. You say and you remove the debate before it starts.
Because when my shoes are on, there's no reason for me not to go for a quote unquote walk.
I'm feeling more like myself.
Oh, good.
Which, yeah, that to me, that's really making me happy. I woke up before my alarm.
That's momentum. Your body starts trusting your plan.
Yeah.
Quite a few times now, which before fucking alarm felt like somebody had a sledgehammer beating
I feel like I know who I am.
Confidence is evidence. You earned it by stacking reps.
I feel like I know where we are going. I feel like I feel so confident.
All you people out there that think that fucking nicotine is not addictive, you're out of your fucking mind.
Addiction is real. Respect it or it collects interest.
I know what addiction is. If I don't put my fucking nicotine gum out on my fucking desk the night before.
Friction beats willpower. Prep the night before and win the morning.
I will forget to take it.
I'll tell you what restaurant owners in the United States are learning, John. So Ozempic is, I think you're going to get this. So here what I'm going to say.
Shrinking fucking serving sizes.
People eat less and pay more. Business adapts to appetite.
So they can save money. They're actually realizing that eating a fucking half a Big Mac is not fucking really helping them.
So people are eating less, but they're spending more. So business owners are leaning into, okay, people want more protein. Obviously, meats and proteins are more expensive.
Protein demand stays hot. Your wallet feels the new math.
So they're just finding ways to still meet the demands of what the consumers are.
People will go do A, but if they're just, that makes sense because they're given this thing that they want to work.
Terminator. So now there's autonomous drones in the field.
The future isn't coming, it's here. If you blink, you fall behind.
So it's, dude, in 1 year from now when we are doing this show, can you imagine how different the world is going to be in 12 months from now?
How the hell do they know?
You think it's private until it's paperwork. Reality has a tracking number.
What you stick in your butthole.
It is bizarre, man. The source is the National Electronic Injury Surveillance System.
That's the system behind the jokes. Hospitals log patterns, and humans repeat them.
So when people go to the hospital and say that they've shoved something up their ass, they track it. So they tracked 39,000 Americans, John. 39,000 Americans.
That number is revealing. Impulse wins without discipline.
Decided to stick something up their ass in 2025. How many times did she say, I can't do it? How many times did she say, I'm not doing it? How many times did she feel like she failed? And then one day she went there, she put her arms there, she pulled herself up, and that's a fucking win, man.
No matter what you say, you're going to have people that are going to fucking try to bust you up.
Yep.
So you might as well fucking do it your way.
Some resets hit early, some hit later. Either way, nobody hands you a playbook when everything collapses. He chases cash flow and repeatable wins. And he refused to build wealth at the expense of his health. He's seen what that trade actually costs.
And when we do some small action, and this small action creates something, we started to believe, we started to create.
So listen, you describe yourself on LinkedIn as the grateful son. And Johnny, it struck me, man, because I know you talk very much about being a mama's boy, John, and I'm a very proud son as well. But John, so you got to be honest, man, it's not something that most successful entrepreneurs lead with. John, we've never heard that from somebody saying, I'm a grateful son. Jacobo.
When you have two beautiful human beings, like my mother and my father, they teach me, first of all, how be resilient in life. Second of all, how be grateful. And third, respect other people, create connection with right people. And in another really important part of myself where everything changed is meditation, because meditation changed my completely brain in the way how connect with human beings. Before I am a really reactive human being.
You have to learn to respond rather than react.
Yeah.
Because that keeps your energy where it needs to be, which keeps the law of attraction still wide open, which keeps bringing in the opportunities and the right people.
You mentioned a word a few moments ago that I'm not sure if you intentionally used it. Maybe it was a word you used as part of just describing something, but the handsome chief likes to listen to words that jump out at me. And you used a word that a lot of men struggle with every single day. It's called insecurity.
For God, whatever you create based in 4 pillars, they are research, growth, action and contribution. The first step is every time research, understand what you need to do and how you need to do, and after the action.
That right there, you just summed up my whole fucking success life and business.
Our new teaser slate's live. Tell me that title doesn't stop the scroll. It stops the scroll. It also starts questions.
Brian, look, it says no safe words. What's that supposed to mean?
Don't let
a good tragedy go to waste.
I think so that a situation happening in my life was so important because from that day I grow like a human being a lot, because when you suffering so young, you started to understand that life is a beautiful color place, but you need to choose the color in life. When you wake up in the morning, you have more time for yourself, more time to think about, more in particular in my case, but you possible be a different case of human being. Everybody, they need to understand where their mind working better. I have one friend, he working better in the night, where he think about, he create during the night, in particular for entrepreneur. Remember, the entrepreneur is somebody, they need to create their own energy. And if they don't know how to create their own energy, they are in trouble. Nobody push you.
And the moment you find interest in something, it's like you are unstoppable. There's an abundance of humans making great decisions, and there's an abundance of people making dumb shit decisions.
Welcome to today's Dumb Shit Award, where impatience meets a moving train. Flashing red lights, gate down, and somehow this still felt optional.
Healthy is the most important. Normally, people, they forgot, without healthy, we don't possible do nothing.
Our health is rented. You can have greatness any day, but that's beside the point. The pressure's on. You've been talking about this for fucking ever. Now you got to do it. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. You're going to fuck up. It's okay.
You didn't quit because you're weak. You quit because you expected a transformation in 5 days. Results are slow. Identity is daily. Be the guy who shows up, even when the mirror stays quiet.
I do believe that it's this point of the year for many folks that a certain sense of tough love it or hate it, but a certain sense of tough love needs to be a part of one's journey.
As long as you don't quit, you haven't failed.
We have a solution for folks that are scared to start, scared to fail, scared to quit, because the grace is just get up and start again the next day. And I know it's easier said than done, but just getting up and starting again the next day.
So don't bury yourself to the point where starting tomorrow is now a huge barrier of entry.
For me, that prevents me from quitting.
You're 5 days from quitting. Show up anyway and scare yourself.
Because it's just part of my life. It's just like brushing my teeth or going to sleep. There's no start or quit. It's just what I do. So guys, my invitation is this. Don't race to change your whole life this week. Accept the fact that you're going to stumble, and then accept the fact You get up the next day, come hang out with us and start again.
Clean, desire, shame, power, communication. Stuff people pretend doesn't exist while it runs the whole house.
You know what? I think one of the big problems is that people don't look at the bottom line of a business. They just love the idea of running a business.
Most men think leadership is loud, it's confident, and undefeated. Jack Ryan is right in the bigger way. Real leadership is quiet courage. It's clear thinking under pressure and doing the hard right thing when nobody's clapping. Putting your balls on the line. What's that?
Doing hard shit.
That's exactly it. It's exactly it, right?
You have all these people who pretend to be leaders, but they're not. And fucking people see right through it. If you can't lead yourself, no one's going to follow you.
You need a combination of stubborn relentlessness and flexibility. And you have to know when to be which. And basically, you need to be stubborn on your vision because otherwise it'll be too easy to give up.
There's a bus stop in Romania where a kiosk watches you squat. You earn a ticket. It feels illegal. It counts your reps. It clocks your time. It's basically saying, show me you're not lying to yourself. Imagine failing in public and hearing a printer stay silent. That's a spiritual moment.
Maybe you've just discovered what we need to put in our Mornings in the Lab application. Once you wipe your ass, you can track it for Keith. And Mike Sullivan comes back and says, I just got to say this, in his 6 years, hey, Mike Sully, in his 6 years, our U.S. leader has never admitted a mistake. That speaks volumes.
Porn, fantasy, kink, shame, desire. You can't heal what you won't name.
We're living in an era where mistrust is trendy, frankly. We don't know what to trust because the correct response isn't trust nothing. It's disciplined trust. Disciplined trust, not gullible, not bitter. Judge the claim in the domain with the level of evidence that you have. Don't pretend science is one monolith. And isn't that what science does? So maybe we want to look at it this way. Here's the adult way to approach science in 2026. The history of science is a graveyard. That is a flex. Because yes, science does leave behind dead theories, but that is not proof that it can't be trusted. No, as a matter of fact, it's the opposite. That is proof that it corrects itself. Because it changes the world, because the world is complicated. Practice discipline, trust. Be skeptical with precision. And most importantly, let better evidence earn not only more, but your confidence.
Don't trust everything. Don't trust nothing. Test it and earn confidence.
If the life you want scares you, it's a sign you're moving toward your truest self, not away from safety. Fear is the signal, not the stop sign. If you're scared, you're doing the right things. That outer reality mirrors your inner belief. If you think you suck, the person you're talking to is going to think you suck as well. Run towards the impossible and make yourself uncomfortable. Do it, because you can do anything you want, but not all at once. Is your calendar reflecting what everybody else wants you to be? Is it your calendar or somebody else's calendar? Ask yourself that.
Fear isn't the stop sign, it's the signal. If it scares you, it matters.
Live, a conversation that will make you joyful and happy and all that good stuff, but not the way you think. Guys, I gotta tell you, man, I enjoyed our guest. He was funny, man. And I'm telling you, I was serious, man. Handsome dude. Hey, it's totally handsome. The guy had a look about him. You know what remind me of, Neiman? He remind me of a younger Ethan Hawke. Building our last 30 minutes into a very fun, entertaining segment.
If you're uncomfortable, you're in the right place.
Boys, how's your relationship doing? If your one relationship ended or your current one feels stuck, we've got you. Today, we're gonna help you prevent divorce day. We're talking clear coding and better communication so you can enjoy a thriving relationship. Live and unfiltered. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day. Silence makes our monsters grow stronger.
I love what this whole segment is them talking to me about this.
How to compromise without losing your balls.
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date. Don't chase details, chase the lesson.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Live. This is a live show. You guys, you've been tuning in for the first 15 minutes ago. That was yesterday's highlights. We're ramping things up a little early for everybody. Good morning. This is Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation to help you start your day right. Yes. Guys, we got a new show coming up today. We're talking sex. Yes, we're talking sex. We're talking relationships. We're talking divorce. We're talking loving our wives, loving our husbands, all that crazy stuff. It is called No Safe Words with Briana Bass, dropping in the next hour. She's hanging out with myself and John. We're going to get into it, a regular segment every second Tuesday. No Safe Words with Briana Bass here on Briana Bass, here on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and Friends. Hey, before we move forward, I got an invitation for you. Number one, like the show. Boom, boom, like it. Number two, subscribe to the channel so you get notified of all the great stuff we put out there. And number three, come drop a comment like the OG himself. Oh, who's the OG? His name's Adam Holroyd. Joining us this morning from Southern California, Southern Ontario with Shaken Holroyd. How's it going out there, brother? Happy 2026 to you guys out there. Quick warning, this is an R-rated experience. Sometimes it becomes X-rated. So if the kids are in the room, I got an invitation for the kids too. Mom and Dad, it's time to leave because I might be offended. And hey, maybe mommy and daddy are fighting and the kids don't know. Today we're talking divorce and what happens. And yes, hey, Jimmy, yesterday was divorce day in North America. Crazy, eh? The year starts, people just shed their old skin. And hey guys, don't hit that snooze button. You're gonna be 9 minutes behind the guy who didn't. I have been up before my alarm 2 days in a row now. So those of you that are snoozing, I'm ahead of you. Just saying. So if you're a competitive dude, you might want to figure that out. Hey, we are your daily accountability partner, helping you start your day right with clarity, consistency, and a mix of strength, tough, and fun conversation. Just got distracted by Jimmy. No divorce in Philippines. No, none at all. I'm kind of curious about that. Hey, coming up today on the big show. Coming up today on the big show, we have interesting how my document here has decided that it's not going to want to work for me here today. So that's fine. Hey, listen, coming up on the big show here today, we got Greenland is not for sale. Hey, listen, I could not have that conversation with you guys here today. It's all over the news. And I'm kind of curious, how does that work? Do we just drive on over there in our boats and just drop a bunch of cash on the table? Like, yeah, hey, we'd like to make you part of our country. So to do that, we want to offer you like millions of dollars. I don't know. Just wondering how that works. And how would you feel if somebody came over to your neighborhood and said, hey, I'd like your land. Here's a chunk of cash. I don't know about you guys. I might just be deciding I want to take that cash. Hey, AI capability is doubling every 8 months. We're talking about it. Safety Institute is worried that every 8 months, AI is getting faster and crazier. And it seems like by the time this show might be over in about 800 years, it might be ran completely by robots. Yeah, that could be a true story too, Jimmy. I'm just wondering how that works. And hey, AI models detecting dementia and cancer with superhuman accuracy. And we've all been waiting for that. 3 years ago, we all had introduced a chat GPT, the old chat GPT thing. But the reality is they're building these tools so that they can solve cancer. Yeah, going from AI slop of the handsome chief to solving cancer problems. Yeah, that's just that's a great business discussion. Samsung adding dementia monitoring to Galaxy wearables. You know, the more we keep getting into this wearable space, this wearable conversation, it's hard not to ignore that there is some, well, there certainly is plenty happening in the wearable space. We are going to be dropping the Mornings in the Lab live companion app in the next couple of weeks. And we are going to synchronize that with your wearables. First of all, we're going to track sleep scores. We're going to have some fun. So Howard, if you weren't an Aura Band or an Apple Watch or something, and you're comfortable sharing your sleep scores, we're going to have some fun with that and see who's getting better sleep scores. John will be mailing in his sleep score with his pigeon. Yeah, true story. Center stage, we got a guy on the show here today. His name is Michael. Yeah, Michael, a filmmaker. Good. Neiman, thank you. Yeah, we've got Michael. Yeah, it's like we got Madonna. Yeah, we got Michael here today on the show, a filmmaker who went from deep depression to setting a Guinness World Record by traveling every country on Earth in just 490 days. So Michael will be joining us today on the show. Not a fantasy, not some motivational slogan, just a real conversation with a guy with one name, Michael, about movement, purpose, and what happens when you stop waiting to feel ready. And then we're going to get into deep dive. I know he's got a last name, Neiman, but it's funny because all I see is Michael. We've got Michael on the show here. Hey, you know what, Neiman? I think we're going to invite Michael Zervos to rename himself. He's now the independent. He's not. No. Fuck Madonna. I'm Michael. Yeah. Who are you? I'm Michael. How did you get the name? Well, the guys in Mornings in the Lab. Some lady named Neiman renamed me Michael. Yeah. There you go. So hey, deep dive. Briana Bass joining us. We're talking divorce and guys and why so many relationships quietly drift into resentment and sexless coexistence. Yeah, true story. Why blaming your partner never fixes it, and what clear coding your love life actually looks like if you want your next relationship to last. After that, we're getting the morning focus. I got a conversation about the live network we're building here and why you guys might want to reconsider your podcast, your conversational, whatever you're doing. You might want to consider a live conversation. We're going to close out with Community Core with Maya Reyes. Getting practical and uncomfortable in the best way, the connection between your physical routine, intimacy, and the 3 marriage killers. Most people ignore it's too late. And hey, so if you've wondered how relationships slowly fall apart, or if you've wondered how to stop repeating the same ending with, no innuendo there. Listen to this one, guys. Or if you want to stop repeating the same happy or unhappy ending with different people. Neiman's feel a little frisky this morning with the words. Wow, this is a stay with us kind of morning. So hey, nation, here's my invitation for you. I'm going to look right over here because the morning loop, it starts right now.
Yesterday was divorce day, apparently. My lawyer buddy says phones light up like it's Black Friday. That's not funny, but it is real. People delay the truth, then drop it all at once. So we're talking clear coding. It's saying what you want before someone builds a whole story. And if you can't do that, marriage gets weird. You end up roommates with receipts. That's the pivot. When the bedroom goes quiet, don't litigate it. Ask what's unsafe. We aren't doing the whole talk yet. Handsome Chief, let's start the morning loop.
Hey Neiman, I found where you put the monologue. You put it in a different box. Yeah, I got 2 boxes here. I got the morning loop monologue, which happens right now, which is like my right now monologue. Then we got the opening monologue, which is the one that would be. Oh, I was looking at the wrong box, Neiman. All right, blame the handsome chief. Yeah, true story. Yeah, so egg all over my face right now. Yeah, true story. I was looking over there. I was looking right over there, and she's like, no, but it's right here. I'm like, no, but it's over there. She's like, no, Keith, it's actually right here. I'm like, oh. Hey, I thought it was over there. Hey, guys, coming up in the second hour, Briana Bass joining us for No Safe Word. What is it? No Safe Words? Yeah, No Safe Words with Briana Bass joining us in the second hour. We're talking relationships, divorce, and sex, and so forth. And listen, I spent some time yesterday with my good friend Cheryl Raphael Whitaker. Yeah, true story. Hey, listen, I started my day with a bald, handsome man. I ended my day with a bald, handsome woman. Hey, yesterday was a pretty impactful day in my life just by hanging out with those two people alone. I'm telling you right now. Sheriff Al Whitaker joining us on the network, February 5th for something we call It Starts With Joy with Cheryl Whitaker coming up here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I invite you to do that. Hey, 7:30 Eastern time, we get live with our boy himself. What's his name? Wow, his name is Matt Roof, Kindness Rising. He's the guy who gets up, helps you guys get after a little bit of kindness. And we, of course, get our show rolling here at 8 o'clock Eastern time. But I see there's a dude hanging out waiting for me patiently with his snowsuit on. Jimmy, let's bring the dog in himself, John Anderson. Hey, brother.
What's up, brother? Got me a new vehicle, huh?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the text from my dad today on that one. So Johnny's got a new vehicle again today. Yes.
It's either somebody's driving for me, which is what happens most time, or it's a UK vehicle because I climbed out of the right side of the vehicle. You see that?
Oh, it's all the ridiculousness of AI shit, man. I love it. Hey, how was the last 22 hours of your life, pal?
It was good.
Yeah, you got a new routine. How did it go for you?
I played pickleball for the first time, and fuck, man, that was definitely I was so inactive there for a while.
Yeah,
it was like, holy smokes, it felt really good to get moving around.
Yeah. So I got to ask, how's your right leg day after today?
I mean, I had to take it easy during. I could tell that I was loaded up. We stopped a little bit early.
Yeah,
and because I was afraid that I was gonna trigger it again.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So when I could feel that there's a difference between pain and recognizing there's something there.
Absolutely.
So as soon as I started getting the little blips of pain, I had to shut it down.
Sorry, I gotta call out 99% of humans that live in my world. Most humans, sorry, nation, I'm just gonna paint y'all with the same brush right now. Most of y'all just bitch and complain because you got a little pain, even though it's not a pain. Oh, my arm hurts. Or, oh, I got a little hangnail. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people just bitch. When it's just like, I laugh at my dad all the time. Dad, how's your goat? Goat? I've been battling that for 7 years. Just there. I just deal with it. And there's a difference between what's actual pain and what's just kind of like a nuisance. You know, and I know you know exactly what I mean, but I know too many people that bitch and complain about they're hurting or they're sore or something's wrong. I'm like, fuck off. Get up. Get going, man.
There's a saying that I remind myself of this.
Yes.
Energy flows where attention goes.
Yes. And that's not, and
you fucking point out something that sucks. Guess what?
It's going to suck.
More of it. A lot more of it.
Yes. And it's not that I'm trying to be lack of empathy. No, that's not it at all. Actually, it's more about, so here's where people get confused. I feel as well, John, which is tactical empathy and empty, which is no empathy, which is there's a difference there. So, okay, you got a sore little arm, recognize it, acknowledge it, feel it, and then be stoic and get on with it. There you go. That's it. It's speaking of getting on with it. I read a really cool post this morning. How would you feel if you got on an airplane with a pilot? You're about to go somewhere, you and Terry, all ready to go.
Hold on, real quick. Let's ask a question about the story. So we're getting on the plane with a pilot versus getting on the plane with a blank. What the fuck? We're getting on a plane with a pilot. Well, no fucking shit.
Ding, ding. Well, so here's the thing. I read it. So yesterday, a pilot got on, I think it was in Hawaii. A pilot got on the plane with his co-pilot in Hawaii and was in the chair about to take off, got on the microphone and said, you know what? I'm not feeling it. No, I'm not feeling it. Something's not right with the plane. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling with the whole situation. So I'm sorry this is going to affect you guys, but we're not going to take off today.
Then what happened?
Canceled the flight because the pilot wasn't feeling it.
I thought then you were going to say, and then when the next pilot got on, the fucking plane wouldn't take off because one of the motors blew or something.
No, but I found it quite striking because we go back to feel. You and I talk feelings all the time. And we've also talked about if you got on an airplane and you know there's a guy there who wants to get home to his kids, maybe there's a sense of comfort. Well, the guy instead gets on the plane and says, oh, I'm not feeling. Here's an example. Oh, I played pickleball last night and, I got an injury and I'm not feeling it. and I'm concerned about your safety. So as a result, I'm making the corporate decision. I got to be honest, man. I like the leadership of that pilot who made that decision. Do you?
Well, I mean, there's no question that he had the balls to go against some pretty serious grain.
Yes, good point.
Can you imagine whoever the fuck was in air traffic control? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah, his boss. What do you mean you're not feeling it? What the fuck is that?
Fucking, we don't feel shit. You still go get out of the fucking chair. Tell your co-pilot to feel it then.
The co-pilot gets in, just fucking three drinks to the shits to the wind kind of thing. But yeah, anyways. Hey, so dude, I know we don't spend, this is not our political show, and we most certainly do not make it. There's times that sometimes it just happen in the world. You gotta have to laugh. And right now, you got to admit, it's fascinating by what is happening in the theater of life over in Greenland, right? And
yeah, what is so we're basically, we're being told that we need this for security. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah.
So the man with orange hair says that we want that, and that's going to be our land, and we need that. And listen,
brother, hold on. We guaranteed we want that.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, fuck, I want a banana split, but it's not the best thing for my future interests. Actually, right. I would never pick a banana split, but I'm just making a point.
Well, and then so there's been the man has said it's going to happen. He's like, I want to make this happen in less than 2 months. It's like, okay, in less than 2 months, we're going to get that land.
Did he really say that? Holy
yeah, shit. He did. Yeah. But
well, knowing him, that means more like fucking 90 days.
Yeah. But here's the question, John, and the legitimate question. So 58,000 people live there. Let's pretend you and Terry are living there. Just pretend. Keith and Lauren. All of a sudden, I'm like, hey, John, come over for coffee, man. I got a letter in the mail, and the administration wants to offer us mineral rights for the rest of our life. We are essentially going to become millionaires for the rest of our life with massive economic change to our life. Would you vote for it?
Well, keep in mind, you and I, may be different than the people that have chose to move to Greenland.
Yes.
Because that fucking place is freezing fucking cold. It's not really green. It's icy as a motherfucker.
Yes.
You know, for anybody that doesn't know, you know, Iceland is actually beautiful, but they called it Iceland. Early discovery. What were they called? Discoverers. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Then they found Greenland. Well, let's call this big place Greenland. So everybody goes here and everybody leaves the cool place alone, which is this little Iceland.
Interesting.
So my point is, you might, but fuck, I sure as hell wouldn't be choosing to move to a place like that unless I was trying to remove myself from all this shit. Well, so, you know what I mean? The people that live there, they're probably not like us. You know what I mean?
So this is fascinating. Let's get into it. Sterling Preston, let's tee it up. Let's get into the conversation desk with Keith and John here this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Soon on a U.S. flag Greenland photo is a hell of a post. It's not a joke. It's a flex.
Denmark basically said, respect our borders. That's diplomatic code for back up. Here's the hook. Greenland isn't for sale. The real question is, what part of you is negotiable?
That to me comes the question. So I don't think people are moving there. We're talking residents have been there forever. So
I'm saying if we moved there a decade ago, we went there to escape all the bullshit. You know, we're in a freezing cold environment. It's like moving really deep north into Alaska.
And then all of a sudden, a bunch of fucking cities and economy.
All the shit that you don't want, fucking shit. Yes. There's no amount of money that's going to say, yes, I'll take it because, well, I'm probably some amount of money. But the odds are money's not as important to those people.
I think you just nailed it, brother. Did you know 85% of that population wants nothing to do with this? Because I think you said 100%. Exactly what it is, right? Which is, I live here for a reason. I got no desire to live around, I'm just picking names, New York or LA or in populous cities. So I like being in the middle of nowhere. So, but I got to be honest, man, it's fascinating to me because how are they going to get it? Is it just going to be cutting a check? Let's face it, we know there's not going to be any military quote unquote action there. Like, what is Denmark going to send their one submarine to go and defend the big superpower? No. Right. So it's just,
you know, they keep talking about as minerals.
Well, that's it. That's what it is, Anderson. That's what it is.
Well, I know. And what did they just reclassify?
Well, and copper went through the roof last week. So there's copper, there's silver, there's gold, right? Yes, obviously with America now controlling Venezuela, the the most populous oil country on the planet, right? Which actually, truthfully, puts Canada in an interesting position because Canada is now like, oh, so now you actually don't need our oil because you guys got your own because America went and got Venezuela. So America's like, okay, we're gonna go get Venezuela. We're gonna go get some minerals over there in Greenland. And again, I'm purely speaking as a 54-year-old person like you, someone who's been on the planet, just really fascinated by history and what's happening. Because we've talked about it before. It's just fascinating to me, man. Because it's inevitable. And a year from now, it's hard not to think that in 12 months from now, we're not talking about, hey, John, remember a year ago we were talking about Greenland and America coming together? It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, he would probably be better, or whoever's making these deals would be better to say, hey, let's give you more land and take your tax away or something. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
they're not playing with the right currency.
I think
it's like trying to fucking bribe me to go to the movies with fucking milk duds.
Yes, because it's not moving the needle for you.
It's not I don't fucking give a shit how many milk duds I can eat. I'm not going to eat a single one.
That's it. Good morning, Spartacus. Good morning, Howard. Good morning, my baby. Lauren's in the show here this morning. She was up and getting after it, Johnny, which I love the effort. Love the effort. Hey, Sterling Preston, what's up with these AI? So since Keith and John have been hanging out, I'm thinking this has actually changed now. It's accelerated every 8 months, almost 3 times it's gone faster. AI capabilities. Jericho, let's run this. Doubling every 8 months. And there's some nerves around that.
Kidding me.
Yeah.
Doubling every 8 months, dude. You did that quantifies in a way that's almost hard to understand because doubling, once you start doubling, it's fucking, oh my God.
Yes. Let's run the clip, Jericho.
The scary part isn't AI, it's money. Money makes people ship things early.
He says AI could soon do a full day of research work. That pressure changes behavior fast.
So this isn't about fear. It's about incentives beating patience every single time.
So here's the worry, John. Here's the straight economic worry, and there's this financial institute out of the UK. The real worry is this: systems that can effectively execute all human tasks more efficiently. This institute projects, John, that within 5 years, most economically viable tasks will be performed by machines at a higher quality and lower cost than by humans. If you think about it, you know, you and I've been hanging out for coming up on, well, it's for sure been 16 months. Before I know, we're going to be at 24 months. Think about that, right? That means that the AI systems that when you and I first met have gone through 3 iterations of change.
Well, I'm going to say, dude, I mean, all we're discussing here is what basically more of what's already happening is going to happen.
Yeah, it's just faster.
What we've already, I mean, it's already here. It's just every time it doubles. I mean, fuck, I don't know if a human ever doubles, for Christ's sake.
Well, isn't that fun? Isn't that interesting? So, and here's what's also happening, right? And this stuff I know makes me curious. I know it makes my Lauren really curious. And but some of the benefits that AI, you know, besides making AI chat and slop and the crazy stuff that happens on a day-to-day basis, is that Jericho, get this one ready. AI models are now detecting dementia and cancer with superhuman accuracy.
I hear superhuman accuracy and everyone cheers, which is fair. I just don't clap immediately.
Same. Earlier detection is a win. I just want humans in the room when the news lands.
Exactly. Use the machine. Don't let the machine be the moment that changes someone's life alone.
This is cool and this is game changing for humans, man, because and here's a question for you. If you got results at, I don't know, picking a number, 25 years old, just picking a name. Hey, 25, going for a test, and it says, hey, you more than likely will have dementia. Do you change your life between now and then? Do you, because that is going to be the world we're working towards, where as we're growing up, we're going to start learning these things about what we have been predisposed for. And do we make changes? I see you smiling.
I'm just like, fuck, man. You know how many fucking times I said, okay, what you're doing is going to create a problem. Do you want to continue?
Well, I know.
Fuck, that was I mean, the crazy part is all those decisions for me were made way the fuck before 25.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, no, but I'm not necessarily talking. I'm just, let me reframe that. I think that so your grandchildren, my grandchildren, so they're gonna be raised in a very different way with this biometric data. Like they're gonna constantly know things about themselves that we could never have even imagined, and that opens up a whole different host of conversations, right? Like if you're 20, you know you're gonna die by 30 or 40. Like does life, you know what I mean, John? Like it's gonna change people's lives significantly.
Well, I think first to go back and answer your question with a little bit more seriousness.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of buddies who were high-end athletes themselves that took their kids out of fucking football and little guy football. First concussion, the game was over. That was it.
Oh,
they were allowed one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I remember
Point
one of my
blank,
buddies show me a video, and his boy fucking just walking around fucking clueless after a play. And he was like, I don't know, the Pee-wee football. See, that's it. Because once you get one, the second one's easier, and the third, and it just turns into this fucking. We don't know enough about it, but
yeah.
Going to what you're saying, excuse me, about this thing predicting. I don't know that the average brain would be good at handling. Hey, you're 20 and you're going to live to be 33.
That's what I mean.
You're going to have fucking chaos.
That's exactly what I mean. Is that I wonder how humans are going to be able to manage that, and are we gonna?
Fuck, dude. Very few are going to manage that in a way that's going to make our world better. I think.
I agree, Johnny, and I wonder what happens. Do we move into a world with of ostriches, right? Where we're more happy having our heads in the sand and just not knowing. And I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just making an observation because, you know, knowing how humans are, right, and how we are, right. And I found it quite it's a fascinating conversation because it also links to this, Jericho. That's right, because it's continuing. It's CES is happening in Vegas right now. Jensen, go ahead.
Sorry, this fucking just exploded in my brain.
Yeah,
the people that don't have the capability, they're the ones that just have to fucking know.
Well, yeah.
It's like, well, Jesus Christ. If I was given, do you want to push a button and know how long ago? No, I want to keep living my life to the fullest until one day it goes away.
Yeah.
You know, it's to me versus the fucking guy that's just deep down. He just knows he's fucking laid up.
Yes.
He just is every fucking chance he had to take a shot. He sat back down because he was a fucking pussy. Yeah. That guy has to know because how many more fucking shots is he not going to have the fucking balls to take? With news like that, maybe he'll step up and swing the bat.
He's the same guy sitting in his car after buying a lottery ticket, looking at his Samsung wearable. Jericho, get this one ready. Looking at his Samsung wearable because they've just recently added dementia monitoring to their Galaxy wearables. Jericho.
This isn't about Samsung. It's about capability. We can spot cognitive decline early now, and that changes life fast.
Yeah. Tech moved quicker than the conversation. People aren't ready for that kind of information, even if it's just a signal.
But here's the win. Earlier notice can mean earlier help, and earlier help can mean more good years together.
Well, so there, just my trend, man. So obviously CES is happening right now in Vegas, and actually Jensen Hung from NVIDIA launched their autonomous chipset to compete with Tesla yesterday. But that's not what we're getting at. So Samsung, they're launching their watches with dementia measuring. So it just leans into what we're talking about. That there's more and more of these devices are measuring things, and like you said, man, it's some of these folks are going to be.
Speaking of fucking dementia, I forgot to take my nicotine again this morning.
Oh, look at you go! Well, did you hear what you just said? I forgot to take my nicotine this morning.
Which kind of proves two things. Well, yes, I'm moving down the fucking wrong path, and two, is nicotine really addictive?
No, no, because you forgot.
Well, isn't that what fucking dementia is? It's just the fucking brain falling apart.
Good morning, Frank Seeds. I see your comment there. Yeah.
Interesting side note, and this is kind of early, this is early rumblings. So I couldn't give you any science to back up what I'm going to say next.
Okay.
Nor if I did have the science, would it be very fucking science sounding. I would just know what I was, but dementia is, think of it like this, it's the brain starving.
Oh, so there's a lot of negativity going on with that whole situation. I'm unfortunately observing plenty of it in Lauren's world where
when I say that, what does that mean to you when I say the brain's starving?
To me, the brain's so okay. Good question. What it means to me is that it's looking for stimulus. It's looking for something. It's looking it's looking for stimulus. It's looking to be acknowledged. It's looking to be worked. It's looking for something.
Well, that's the first part. That's the workout.
Yeah,
but it's being starved literally, calorically, so to speak.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because what's happening is our fucking health is getting so poor that our insulin sensitivity is fucking getting so weak that we're not sucking nutrients up into the brain well enough for the fucking brain to operate the way it needs to, so it can serve us properly.
There you go.
Now,
yeah.
Obviously, then of course, then at that point, then comes in what you described about starving.
Yes.
That's like a starving of activity, if you will.
Yes.
But
yeah.
I never quite really thought of it first. I didn't really understand exactly what dementia was and what caused it till I heard that. Now it starts to make a lot of fucking sense because our dementia is getting it's growing at a massive speed as our food gets worse and worse and worse.
Hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We got our guest Michael with one name, Hank, patiently waiting for us in the green room. It's funny, Johnny, when I reached out to invite him to the show, he was like, why me? I'm like, because we're looking for boring, uninteresting people. He's like, okay, great. So we got Michael showing up here, hanging out with us in a few moments here. But before we do that, hey, John, did you grow up with Nerf guns? I did. Did you grow up with Nerf guns?
I did, but they were a little boring.
Yeah. Well, this one I don't think is boring. Look at this, dude. Look at this fucking Nerf gun.
That didn't look like the Nerf guns I used.
3,000 darts per minute, man. That's a fucking. It's priced at almost $5,000. A
$3,000 per minute.
Yeah,
that's gotta be right along with like a regular machine gun.
It's got 6 rotating barrels, 500 dart backpack feeder, and it turns indoor space into dart-strewn chaos.
500 dart feeder. It can't even run for a fucking minute.
So, Johnny, after you hit trigger, you're going to spend the next hour picking all the fucking darts up. It's like, oh, that wasn't very fun. It's
I'm going to say, and you don't even get to shoot it for, what, 15 seconds?
20 seconds. It's funny. Carter,
no, not even 20. It's 15, right? And it shoots 3,000 a minute. So that's 1/6. What's a sixth of a fucking minute? It's 10 seconds.
Well, yeah.
You get to do that for 10 seconds and then spend fucking 2 days with a broom.
That's it. Hey, we got a guy
crazy.
We got a guy, John, waiting for us in the green room who spent 498 days traveling every country in the planet, Anderson. From depression to Guinness World Records, Michael, the guy with no last name, according to our wonderful producer, Melissa, this morning. Mike will be joining us here in a couple of minutes. But before we do that, I want to drop this on the table because this is a wonderful video that...
before we leave, I just want to say, that gun...
Yes.
Kind of ridiculous, but fucking in its own right, it's pretty fucking cool, isn't it?
Oh, it's pretty. So Carter,
man,
it is pretty fucking cool, 100%. Carter got a remote control car years ago, Johnny, and it was one of those early. It was like an early generation one. It took 3 hours to charge the battery up. I'm just making an exaggerated point. 3 hours to 5 minutes of driving. I'm like, well, this is fucking lame. It's like, right? It's like, really 3 hours to charge this thing up for 5 minutes of driving? No, not interesting. Hey, good time. Charlie dropped a video for me last week that I wanted to put out here, which is awesome. Let's watch this. A father standing with 2 plush toys with a little young daughter looking to pick one, and look what happens. Let's run this one. He walked his daughter, this is going to be a divorce discussion. He's offering his kid 2 plush toys. Look what the kid chose.
The hug.
Dad. Look at that. Watch.
She wants the hug.
She's like, I don't want the toys. I just want a hug from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, you're getting after today with your family and your friends and your loved ones. Maybe sometimes our kids don't want something. Maybe sometimes our kids just want a hug.
Dude,
hey,
that was
7:35. You're hanging out. It's 8:35. Hanging out with Keith and John, and our guest coming up in a minute, Michael Zervos, this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You guys can join the live conversation coming up in the second hour. 431-300-3005. 431-300-3005. Come say hello. Come send a text. Come send a voicemail, and come send a text if you got any questions coming for Briana Bass in the second hour. No safe words. let's run the intro, guys. Sophia Grant is getting ready for center stage with our guest, Michael Zervos, this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Let's get after it, guys.
If you've ever woken up tired of your own life, not lazy, not broken, just empty, you're not alone. That feeling usually shows up when the thing that defined you suddenly disappears, and you don't know who you are without it. Michelangelo Zervos knows that moment well. When the pandemic shut down the film industry, his career stopped overnight. He fell into severe depression. No schedule, no set, no identity. Just a lot of quiet time with his own thoughts. Instead of staying there, he made a decision. If he was going to keep going, it had to mean something. So he built Project Cosmos. One mission: travel to every sovereign country on Earth and ask one honest question about happiness. He didn't plan it from a place of comfort. He started moving because staying still felt worse. Over 498 days, he crossed 195 countries, took 230 flights, and kept going through sickness, buses, detentions, and exhaustion. In every country, he asked strangers the same thing: what is the happiest moment of your life? Then he listened. Those conversations changed him. They also reminded him that connection exists everywhere, even in places we never think about. He came home holding 2 Guinness World Records, but the real outcome was not speed. It was perspective. Before all this, Michael spent over a decade in film and TV, working with big-name artists, actors, and companies. Now he's finishing a book called Happiest, collecting stories, building strange projects, and still asking better questions. And apparently he's got strong opinions about how Stranger Things ended. Nation, let's welcome Michael Zervos to the big show.
Johnny, this guy, 498 days exploring the world, 195 countries. When I reached out to him last week doing some research for a guest, he's like, why me? I said, well, we're looking for uninteresting, boring people. I think we have a boring, uninteresting person showing up. Let's bring him on stage. Jimmy Jericho, Michael Zervos, joining us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. What's shaking, Michael?
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Good.
Michael, what's up, brother? Your response to this motherfucker should have been exactly me. Fucking A. I'm a fucking exciting dude.
How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. I wanted to play it out and see how it went. I like the pitch. It's much better than many of the other pitches that I get when I go on a talk show. So I guess you got my attention.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Hey, I couldn't put on an act. I'm like, this is me, dude. I'm like, you look interesting to me. You're like, why me? Well, I looked at your profile. I'm like, no, nothing interesting, John Anderson, about a dude who goes for almost 500 days and explores 195 countries. Like, Anderson, where do we start with this guy? Like, Michael, congratulations, man, on that accomplishment. Guinness World Records, filmmaker. You know, I saw your note there, battling depression. I think once we battle it, it never ends. Where do you want to start? First of all, where are you joining us from today?
Right now, I'm in Detroit.
Nice.
Michigan.
Detroit, Motor City. Yeah. So, a favorite country out of all of them you went to?
Oh, well, see, it depends on what side of the bed I wake up on. I think sometimes I feel like it's Brazil. Sometimes it's Mauritius. Sometimes it's Thailand. I don't know. Sometimes it's Samoa. You know, I have a lot of experience. I'm Greek. It's kind of a biased opinion, but I prefer Greece among them all.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite saying? There's those who are Greek and there's those who wish they were. Isn't that what you guys say?
Well, I've heard something like that before. I think maybe it's one or two sort of outspoken Greeks that might say that a little bit more frequently, but I've never been known to say that.
Well, the Greeks that I know that did say that say it with a huge smile on their face, along with a huge hug. So it's all in good fun, you know.
I'm glad because there's a lot of proud Greeks out there, and sometimes it gets a little too carried away.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that, but no, every Greek that I've come in has been really fun, like genuine.
Good.
Good morning in the comments. I see you out there, Nino Fincher. Good to see you out there in the comments. Good morning, Season Strength. Happy New Year to you and Johnny. Frank Seeds have grown my own tobacco, and it is far less addicting than regulated tobacco. Interesting little nug nut from Frank Seeds this morning. Hey,
that's
Michael,
because all the chemicals is what makes it addictive in that cigarette.
Exactly it. It's exactly it. Michael, let's get into it, man. Let's get into some. Let's get right into the hard stuff. For there's men that watch our show, there's humans that watch our show and hang out with us and struggle with mental health. And it's a massive platform of this show. Keith and John talk about it daily. Like, what was that exact moment that you decided to stop sitting in your own darkness and to start Project Cosmos?
Well, it came in stages. The depression fell away rather suddenly, although it came upon me over the course of, most of my career, actually, as I further drew away from some of the things that I cared about, this kind of things that I was creating, kind of moving away from storytelling and more into the commercial world, which is really high paying and pretty soul sucking. I started to, I think, dive more deeply into that pit of despair where I just felt like apathy for just everything. When I would wake up every single day, I'd feel this weight of bricks constantly on me. And I feel like mentally I'd have to remove it every single day, one by one by one by one, until I could actually get out of bed. And up until then, I just look at the ceiling and just count 1, 2, 3. It was like that every single day for years on end.
So quick question, brother. I love this. So you said storytelling versus commercials. So clearly two very different variations of what you do. Storytelling is just all about your creative, you being creative. In commercials, sounds like you were put inside this box that you had to operate in. There's a formula. They wanted something within that little space. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I guess, Joe, I should be a bit more precise because commercials, there's a lot of great storytelling in commercials, and it's it's something that we can learn from. I made a joke about Stranger Things, really bad storytelling, I think, where it's just a lot of fat in a story, and
yes,
commercials have 30 seconds to deliver one particular emotive message, and sometimes they can be very, very good, but often it's the price of artistic expression, and that's kind of at the heart of this sort of bifurcation. Typically, you're doing commercials or you're doing films, and many people are not able to secure a living just by doing films alone. So it's a tough trade, and that's kind of the trade-off that most people do: one for the man and one for you. And I was doing a lot for the man, and
interesting.
The Strangest Things, that's that show about the kids with all these different, like the different worlds and shit, right? So my kids, we came for Christmas and I guess there's soon some new episodes. They're like, oh, we got these 4 we want to watch. I'm like, oh, fuck, help me understand. So they bring me back through. We watched like, I don't know, probably close to double-digit trailers, right? To catch me up, right? And I'm like, fuck, this is Jesus Christ. How long's this been going? They're like 10 years.
Yeah.
So we finally we all get all queued up. Do you understand? Okay, I'm with you. They turned the fucker on the first episode they haven't watched. I was fighting so hard, but I was asleep in about 4 fucking minutes. I was like, my eyes are getting heavy. Like, no, they just spent all this time getting me up to speed, and next thing you know, I'm snoring.
Yeah. Did they start you at the beginning, or did they just drop you in?
Well, they did. They took all the trailers to bring me up to speed with trailers, and it brought me all the way current. So I don't know. I'm sure they skipped a few because each trailer was a couple of minutes.
Okay, yeah, but if they dropped you in the most recent season, I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you were lost. And by the way, that's the worst season. I mean, I couldn't believe I waited 10 years for that.
You know what's fascinating, Michael, is that between Stranger Things and between James Cameron's Ash and Avatar, and you think about the TV show that we also grew up with, Lost, like 3 shows that basically took too long to end. Think about it, right? Like Ash and Avatar, Cameron's brilliant, no dismissing that. But some would say that maybe so John Wynn saw that one too. Maybe the creativity by the 3rd episode was been kind of all done. And then Stranger Things, I'm with you, man. It was like the writers are like, we got to find a way to end this. Let's just add everything we possibly can to end it. And even though it makes no sense to anybody, and it's been actually quite controversial ending, hasn't it, Michael?
Oh yeah, it has. I mean, I have my own bones to pick with the show, but I mean, it was, you're introducing main characters at the end when you should be wrapping up their stories. It was introducing. There's a word that I often use. It's called verisimilitude, which means that you can suspend your disbelief about the world they've created, But if you don't abide in the rules that you've created within that, then it's just like, why have you taken this journey up into this point? I mean, you've trusted us with your world, and now you're breaking the same rules. And they were doing a lot of that, just irrational decisions people were making, some campy acting. I think the kids have gotten probably a little worse along the way rather than better actors, which is always a troubling thing.
Yes.
You're supposed to go in the opposite direction. There's a bunch more, but I'd start to get rambling and maybe it bore your listeners.
We're hanging out with Ethan, John, and Michael Zervos this morning, all the way from Detroit. The guy traveled 400, almost 500 countries around the world. But Michael, we started the conversation with depression, and I wanna go from depression to an upcoming book. John, Michael's got a book being published by Penguin Random House, and it's called Happiest. And I found this actually like the contrast to this, Johnny, because Michael, you went and you've heard thousands of people's happiest memories. Yet it struck me that you laid in your bed looking up, feeling depressed, finding a way to get out of that. Michael, what patterns did you notice during that question asking? And is happiness universal, or does it change drastically depending on, culture, geography, wealth, and so forth? Michael.
So, I asked the question of thousands of people across the world, and often 10, 20, or 30 in each country, sometimes more, sometimes less. And the answers were always very different. I mean, they had some similar notes, some maybe similar essence. I mean, you look at the dictionary definition of happiness, it's just about uplifting thoughts, well-being, like thoughts of well-being, maybe a state of being where somebody remarks about positive experiences in their life. It's a very vague definition that we use to encapsulate a lot of different kinds of emotions that generally run in the same direction, let's say. I often equate it to the difference between the color yellow and the shades of yellow, where the color yellow is just us shorthanding a shade to yellow, when really we can describe it further. And that's what the storytelling aspect of it was actually doing. Because when I asked people, what is the happiest moment of your life? They would suddenly, their eyes would light up, their breath would quicken. You would see the light kind of, the stories flicker in their eyes as if it was happening right before you. So people were often reliving those experiences right before me. And they became storytellers and authors of their own lives. And the answers would run the gamut. I mean, I really had difficulty coming up with chapters in order to organize what I was going to present to the audience. And I came upon 11 chapters that were a bit metaphorical, that were less prescriptive, because it's not really an absolute science, that kind of described what I saw in some of these stories. And I think many other people who observe the same stories may come up with a dozen more chapters and may see some of the stories fitting into multiple chapters. And that's kind of the point, that happiness isn't a one size fits all emotion. It's a set of concepts that are based off of time, space, context, where we are, when we are, all of these other things.
Interesting.
What was the so of all of these questions and all these questions of people, what's happiness? What was the most simple? I'm going to just throw a few different descriptive words: simple, shortest, most effective way to describe in fewest words what happiness was. Because I have one word that describes mine. I mean, granted, it might be a little thin, but it takes a huge chunk of what it takes to keep me happy. And I bet, Keith, you know the single word.
Joe, if you've got you likely have a word personally to describe your happiness, and that is the beauty of this project, that many, many, many people have sort of embedded their own definition within their stories. And that's actually kind of the theme of the book. It's that,
well, you just hit my question on the head. Is did people really know? Do people really? Because the second part of that question is how many people really understood or really know what their happiness is?
Yeah, it's true. It's true, and very few people have ever heard that question before I asked them. And it isn't that it's such an important question in and of itself that many people thought it was silly, like they had never thought of it in that way. They don't view happiness as an event or a moment. It's just a day-to-day sort of ebb and flow. In Buddhist traditions. There's just living is sort of happiness, or life is happiness, and suffering is kind of something that we're trying to avoid. It's kind of like an illusion. All of these emotions are just illusions that are preventing us from reaching each other and connecting to each other in this great massive energy. So even in those contexts, it's like people that hear the question, they'll be like, that it doesn't really jive with me. But okay, I guess a word that I think is really important to happiness is narrative. And that, I mean, I'm a storyteller, right? But whenever you are trying to describe happiness, if it happens right now, the happiest moment happens right now to me, a second later, after I feel those feelings, I have to communicate those things to others and to myself. That is a narrative process. It's a narrative, a process that requires us to be reflective and to be the authors of our own experiences. And many people aren't that.
So what would you say was that? Because I heard you say joy. Joy would be another single word, because I could describe it with
That's
a handful
yours.
of single words without having to, and joy would definitely be right in there. But my first word would actually help create that joy.
What would your word? What's your word?
Interest.
If
And interesting.
I'm interested, I'm fucking happy, dude.
And you know, Michael, it's fascinating actually, because Keith and John have been talking with us we're very grateful. We're very fortunate we get to meet incredible humans like yourself daily on this show. And what's really clear to us, and what's really clear to me, I believe, and I think I can speak for John, Michael, that most folks don't achieve their goals or don't achieve what they aspire to achieve because they haven't found their interest. Because that interest ultimately unlocks everything for you. You will move mountains to go chase your interest because your interest makes you happy. I know I'm oversimplifying it, but when I strip it back and of all the people I've spoken to, and actually, John, let's ask Michael, like when you think about that word interest, Michael, and you think about the people you've spoken to in your journeys, does that hold some water for you?
Well, I think that is certainly a type of happiness that I experience, the texture of happiness, and it is the theme of one of the chapters of my book. Yeah. I think it's not all of the happinesses that I encountered. And I would even go so far as to say that that doesn't mean that if you don't experience that you may not think that you lead a good life. We don't know what we don't know, right? So it's hard to jump the track and say, if I had done this, then suddenly like I would have lived a happier life. But what I guess what I have noticed when it comes to these sort of purpose-driven forms of happiness, the forms of happiness like joy, I think joy, John, is a good word to use to describe happiness that if you imagine happiness as kind of like the ebb and flow of the tide, it's kind of serene water that responds very minimally to the externalities of the world. It's like an internal state of being that doesn't depend on a dopamine hit over and over and over again. It's something that you can feel serenity even, you know?
Because I can buy a moment of happiness. You know, I could take one of my daughters and buy her an ice cream, and I could enjoy her happy. I can be happy while living in her happiness. But my interest will drive me to explore, turn over stones, find things that make me even more interested. And now all of a sudden my interest has actually created a level of joy because there's a motor to all. The interest is the motor to the joy.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to put it. I think that joy is a longer, more sustainable form of happiness. And there's another chapter I have in the book. I've titled them all based off of sort of universal symbols. One is lightning, another is well.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of metaphors for different textures or different shades of happiness, if you will. And the lightning one is kind of the thrilling, the dopamine rush, the adrenaline. And a lot of people had those things. They had, they went on their first safari and they saw an elephant charge them for the first time. It's like, wow, that's incredible. But it was also scary. So it blends a lot of other sort of like a shotgun of emotions all together. And that's what makes this kind of happiness that I was trying to describe. But that's very different than joy, feeling like you're in the groove, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes,
You
yes,
discovered
yes.
something.
And that interest, I think that's exactly why you're what you described is so on the money. And bro, I just got to say, this is an amazing. I love the fact that you're here talking about this, because I don't think many people have had this conversation. Have you ever heard a conversation like this before? What do you think?
Well, based off of the conversations I've had around the world, that's likely true. There are a lot of reflective individuals out there, a lot of people who, made me, even people, I just go back to just sitting like in the dirt with a farmer in Burkina Faso or in a schoolhouse in Bhutan and talking to people about their experiences of happiness. They're not necessarily learned people, but they have sort of a colloquial wisdom that taught me a lot of things and forced me to think about things in a different way. Sometimes by asking questions, maybe more than, having this really thought out, wrought philosophy and then presenting it to me. And those taught me just as much as when I was talking to somebody about, philosophy from a university or an artist who clearly thought about this and wanted to challenge my own interpretation of happiness by contradicting me. Both of them taught me in different ways.
Michelangelo Zervos, Keith Billis, John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. John, looking at you, brother. We've been doing this long enough. I know you're enjoying his energy as much as I am.
Yeah, it's a great conversation, and for people that have never heard this type of discussion, I think it's really great to kind of open up a can of worms, so to speak.
I agree.
What you were saying too about these obscure places.
Yes,
I think that what you're describing shows people that are not distracted with being shoved into the mold of society will find or have better touch with this discussion than people that are blinded by what our programming is.
Yeah,
because we're programmed to finish school, go to college, get married, fucking buy a house, have a kid. And then all of a sudden, what the fuck happened in my life? I'm 45. All the things that truly interested me got put on the shelf because I was carrying out this programming. And they never spent any time really understanding who they are.
Michael, I look at your list of really cool things, and I've only scratched like the top surface of it. I would love to have you back for a further conversation with myself and John for some like the Guinness World Record stuff, the things you learned around the world. But I do want to ask you one question, a really important one as we walk out of here. You travel the world, you go back to laying in your bed, looking at your ceiling. The pandemic was perhaps maybe one of the lowest points in your life. When you look back at that, Michael, did you ever believe you'd ever feel okay again?
When you're in a state of depression, you trick yourself into believing you never will. And that's the poison of the experience. And that's why a lot of people choose to end it altogether. And unfortunately, for people who have never been on the other side of it and don't know that they can beat it, that may be the outcome that they choose. And for me, it came very close. But no, I didn't know that I would. And when I did get out of it, it was sort of I felt like I was still in sort of a dreamlike state. I thought like, something had happened to me that I couldn't quite explain, because it was very dramatic what happened. And the day after, I was feeling one way and then not the other. So for me, no, I didn't know that I would feel okay ever again, and I had just normalized it. Others maybe they can sort of with chronic depression, they may be able to articulate it and to justify it and to be able to look on the other side of things.
Johnny, final words for Michael.
I think that this is a dimension of conversation that needs to be had more. So I really enjoyed your time here, and I hope we get to have another one of these sometime in the future.
I agree. Michael, you have been a pleasure today, man. You have dropped nothing but nuggets. I'm really grateful that you agreed to join us here today. It was awesome, man. I really love the energy you brought to the table today. Closing comments, where can folks find you, connect with you, get your book? Take a quick second to promote yourself, pump yourself before I throw one more thing on the table before you leave.
Well, you can find me usually the most readily at the Project Cosmos on Instagram. That's where probably I'm the most active on social media, even though I wouldn't say that I'm that active right now as I've been writing, but plan to in the future. So you can find me there, probably the best. And you can also find me at project-cosmos.com. Send me an email through there.
Awesome. Project-cosmos.com with Michael Zervos this morning. A Morning's Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, before you go, hey, Johnny, Michael, have you ever wondered? I found something really funny and curious, man. Have you ever wondered how fast a grizzly bear can reach 40 miles per hour? Jimmy, put this on the screen. Watch this. Boom.
Gotta be fast.
Watch.
Gotta be fast. Jesus
That's
Christ.
Usain Bolt. So 40 miles. So look at how fast he accelerated from that box to how quick he got there. So go. Now go. 1, 2. So I think the advice is never try to outrace a grizzly bear, because that just gives you perspective about
Should
how
never
fast.
never try to outdo anything of a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Let's make it a little easier for people to understand. You're going to climb a tree, he'll fuck you up there too.
Safety tips from John Anderson.
Jesus Christ.
On Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Michael, I appreciate you, man. Johnny, we're doing a lifestyle tip coming back.
Thanks,
We
fellas.
said hour 2, and we're going to do Briana Bass, No Safe Words, coming up in about 3 minutes this morning, live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Michael, and everybody else. Have a good one, Michael.
Pleasure, Michael.
Brian, get in here.
All right, we're going to keep this one focused around those of you who are on what would be day 2, or it's Tuesday today, day 2 of getting your New Year's resolution in play. Well, we talked about yesterday giving yourself some slack. It's okay to fuck up. Well, unfortunately, that happens, but you got to have a saying prepared. One of the sayings that I have for myself is stop the bleeding. What does that mean? It's like I've fucked myself up. I poked myself in the neck with a knife and I'm bleeding out. Well, in that case, what do? Do you take the fucking knife and stab the other side of your neck and finish the job? Or do you try to, stick your finger in the hole, or whatever a person might do when they're bleeding from the neck, trying to survive? That's what you do. Stop the bleeding. Just because you eat one cupcake doesn't mean you eat another one. You're going to fuck up. It's okay. So when you have these mistakes, remember yesterday it was, don't break, if you break your toe, don't break your leg trying to forget about your toe. Well, now we're saying, create a saying that you can remind yourself, stop this pattern. Because most of you, that's why you end up falling off your resolution and do the same dumb shit next year, because you can't stop the bleeding. And then your resolution bleeds to death and you fucking wait till next year to do it again. So find your mantra, find your saying. Mine is stop the bleeding. The tip is, what is yours? Rock and roll.
Morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I just was laughing here listening to John's lifestyle tip. He's right. If you break your finger, you don't go and cut your arm off or whatever. The guy's got the best analogies, man. I'm telling you right now. He just Hey, if you're just joining us, you guys missed the first hour of fun, laughter, and crazy conversation with myself and John. We got after the morning loop. We talked about power, independence, and acceleration from the Greenland conversation. Oh, is there a conversation happening right now, Greenland? Oh, yeah. I think that there might be some land over there that Jimmy wants. Yeah, and we're also talking about how fast AI is quietly moving underneath everyday life. Every 8 months, it's getting faster. Center stage, we just spent some time with Michael Zervos. Awesome conversation in the last 30 minutes. We leaned into happiness. We leaned into depression. We leaned into traveling around the world. And true story, we only scratched the surface of a wonderful conversation with a super awesome dude, Michael Zervos. No hype, just movement, purpose, and what happens when you stop waiting to feel ready. Season Strength says, I say 1 day is okay, 2 is new. And and Petro says, yes, we just threw a clip on the table about how fast a bear runs. Just run faster than anyone else around you when that bear is coming for your ass. Exactly. Mike Sullivan, great advice. John, I spilled a bunch of stuff and I wanted to comfort myself for that with cheap food, but I said no. Yeah, you do not want to go down that path of self-sabotaging behavior. And of course, we talked interest. We got my baby in here. Lauren says, I find my joy coming from feeling peaceful and content. No shit, Sherlock. Hey, No Safe Words with Briana Bass coming up in about 2 minutes. We're going to get into deep dive. We're going to get specific. We're going to start this brand new segment every 2 weeks about relationship sex. Our clinical sexologist, Briana Bass, join us here in a quick second. And what actually causes relationships to drift into resentment and sexless coexistence? Why blaming your partner might just keep you stuck, and what clear coding your love life means. After that, we're going to get into morning focus. We're going to talk about live and get into Community Corner with Maya Rez. We're going to talk routines, your body, your energy, and the married killers most people ignore. Hey, Jericho, you ready on the buttons? Because Nation, let's get into it. Hour 2 starts right now.
My lawyer buddy says yesterday was divorce day. It's when family firms see a spike in divorce filings. That's the scary part. It means the decision was made quietly, long before the paperwork showed up.
Divorce wouldn't happen so much if people clear-coded. Instead, they dodge the truth and call it keeping the peace.
Clear coding. Are we supposed to know what that means? Is this a new John Anderson code word? Something Keith's gonna butcher later?
Really? You two are getting old. It's making your intentions clear from the start, in plain language.
We used to call that communication.
Keith, Brianna, let's help these boys understand clear coding and how it could save someone's next relationship.
Brian, get in here. It's starting.
What's starting?
The show we've been waiting for.
We haven't been waiting for anything. You've been waiting. I've been surviving.
Look, they're live right now.
I don't like anything that says we are live and no safe words in the same sentence.
That's why you need it. Say it.
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
Clinical sexologist.
And
I still can't believe that's a real job.
okay, here we go. This is gonna be good.
I'm not watching, I'm monitoring.
Shh, it's starting.
I see Brianna laughing in the green room back there watching my mom and dad. That's Brian and Gladys introducing our new segment, No Safe Words, this morning with Brianna and John Anderson and Keith Billis. Johnny, look who we brought back into the show.
I know. I've been waiting. How are you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes. How are you, Brianna?
I'm good.
Hey, so I'm excited to launch this new segment with you, Nation. We had Brianna on the show a couple weeks ago. We had a wonderful conversation with myself, Brianna. She's a clinical sexologist on her way to helping incredible humans solve problems of sex, relationship, love, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And today we got 2 topics to put on the table. This brand new segment called No Safe Words with Briana Bass. And Brianna, as we kind of go through today's discussion to get to know you a little bit, let's get into our first topic today. Yesterday is widely known as Divorce Day in North America. It's funny because my friends and colleagues over in the Philippines are like, no, it doesn't happen over here. Let's just start here, Brianna. I know this doesn't kind of come from the questions that I had kind of thrown to you yesterday, but why do you think divorce is more common in North America? I'm just kind of asking the question for all 3 of us here. I think it's more common in North America, isn't it, Brianna? I'm just maybe talking even anecdotally. Any comments on that, Brianna? And then Johnny, you.
Lots of comments on that. So one, I would say that America culturally, right, we're very non-nucleic.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Other cultures, your parents age and they come live with you. You have a
Yes.
mother-in-law suite, which might be in your living room, but that's very normal, right?
Yes.
Other countries sort of embrace familial ties despite adversity. And in America, we're very quick to split those ties. We don't stay put like regionally, right? So mom's in LA, dad's in wherever, brother lives in Ohio, totally normal. We ask someone when we first meet them, imagine a first Hinge date. So where's your family at? And it's surprising if they say locally here. I mean, that's shocking. And you go, really? You're kidding. So yeah, America, when it comes to us being disbanded and being sort of comfortable with that, we are. And I think that causes us to hit the escape latch and to jump ship faster and
Yeah.
instead of repairing rupture in families. Now, of course, you could argue the other side of that, which is like, so I'm not putting up with bullshit, or I'm not just sticking with my family, even though they treat me like crap. Like there's some health in that, right? That we have
Yeah.
this separation. But to answer your question, that's part of my opinion as far as culturally why America's all splitting up, no problemo.
Well, and John, you were raised in a family that went through divorce and broke up.
You can say broken. It's okay, brother.
Yeah. You were raised in a broken family. And when you reflect on that, was it common when you growing up, John, with your friends and stuff, or were you the independent one?
You know, back when I was a kid, it wasn't as common.
Yeah.
But I mean, it definitely became more common, you know,
Yeah.
and I think, but everything happens for a reason. I mean, I was put there because then I became a father of a mix. I call it mixed rather than broken. It's just to choose a terminology.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I became a father of mixed famous, so it prepared me.
Yeah.
But I love what you said, Brianna. I think that's so on the money, right at a foundational level. And I think another thing that bothers me about the way that, generally speaking, the people think about marriage, you know, they have these relationships that are not built on proper foundations, that have these problems, and these problems keep reoccurring. Rather than trying to fix the roots of the problems, they say, well, let's just get married. And
Yes.
I think that's going to fix the problem. Now you've increased the expectation of what each partner thinks of each other, but you haven't done anything to support the already broken foundation that needs to improve to support these expectations. And they have no clue what they just signed up for.
Brianna.
Yeah. We also hear the one about having a baby, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Even better. Yeah. Let's fuck someone else's life up along with ours, you know?
Yeah. Let's make another one of this problem. And do it without sleep and financial bootstrapping and all of the things, and see how that goes.
So let's get
so
into
common too. Oh my God.
Let's get into yesterday, guys. So yesterday has been widely known, especially here in North America, that January 5th, the first Monday of the new year, it's called Divorce Day. Brianna, just kind of looking at you to start this conversation. You're in the industry. You speak with people that are going through relationship challenges. Maybe you have some friends that are in the legal space. When you hear this, does this surprise you? Why do you think it is that it's the first Monday after, the new year? It's like, okay, I got to go get my fucking divorce now.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. So to kind of educate people in a non-boring way, like it's a media shorthand, right? It's a media shorthand for ultimately making the note that lawyers see an uptick in divorce inquiries. So to be crystal clear, because this is a huge distinction, divorces are not happening more in January, not at all. It's inquiries to do so. Okay.
Interesting.
So,
okay, good.
That's a big distinction.
Yes.
And I'll explain why that's a big distinction. Well, holidays are performative. Holidays are exhaustive, right? So typically we're going to sort of hang in there and get through those few months. And then January hits and we're ready for rebirth. We're ready to shed the skin of the snake. And now what does it look like? So as far as January, it's really just coming to a head what's been boiling, simmering, and then heating up, simmering, and then boiling probably for years. I mean, at least many, many, many months. Probably years, though, if we're talking about, marriage, dissolution, and divorce. But January is about accounting, right? We are accountable in January. We prepare. January, we face the music. January,
we're accountable for what, 2 weeks? We're accountable for the first 2 weeks of January.
Yeah. You're right. But divorce, right? That's one that takes such an incredibly energy expenditure to put those balls in motion, to keep following through on them. It's exhaustive. It's a lot. And it takes people years to leave often. And that's why, right? It's no small feat. But yes, to be clear, January is when the inquiries spike, and I think it's rebirth, but I think more than anything, it's accountability. I'm ready to face the music. I've been performative and I'm coming off the heat of the holidays and I'm fucking exhausted. I'm over it. And let's make moves.
What's interesting was something you both just said, because, Brianna, it's like, okay, I'm going into January. I'm looking to make some changes to my life, and I want to go have an inquiry about going through divorce, etc. But John, like you just said, right? I wonder if that person making those inquiries 2 weeks into their journey starts to figure out, Briana, how difficult and exhaustive it is. And they're like, fuck it. I'm not going
but
to.
you know what? I was just thinking about this.
And I'm not going to pursue my divorce anymore because it's all just too fucking hard. So I'm just going to go to McDonald's, eat my Big Mac, and get fat on the couch.
But here's what happens. Here's what happens. You throw that fucking, you throw that dagger. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The other person on the other side is not just, they're going to fucking throw one back. Well, now you're in the game. Because you got all this fucking, you're not thinking rationally anymore. Your logical thought process is over. You're thinking on emotion because you just got fucking a dagger thrown at you, and this ping pong just keeps going. It'd be like if the gym had some ability to give you some sort of like a reaction that pissed you off, and you had to go back tomorrow to show it up.
Yeah. Interesting.
I disagree with you completely, Keith.
Okay.
I don't think that people are getting into January sort of calling the lawyer, warming up, and then saying, I can't do this. Now I'm being faced with like how big this task is, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. You know, as somebody that's one, I specialize in couples, but working with so many couples, if you're getting to the point of picking up the phone and calling the lawyer,
yes,
putting a retainer down, anything like that. So to be clear, another distinction, right? We're not just talking about like filling out an online form and jumping ship. Now I can get more on board with that. But I think for the conversation, we're talking about a little bit more heat behind, a little bit more momentum.
More committed.
Especially our women, we took years to get there. We took years to get there, guys.
Oh, yeah. So when you've made that call, you've made that call.
Yeah, we've made that call.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, you've made it. Yeah,
and if it isn't in January, then fine, it's in March. Okay, let's not get pedantic, but she has made that call. The decision has been made. We're now at the point post repair, at least on our own, probably, right? So these things are slower burns. You know, men think they've been blindsided whenever the woman leaves. All the time I hear that. And the woman's going, are you out of your mind? I've been saying the same shit for 3 years. Calming.
Yeah.
I mean, literally with my wife, I depend on her to let me know, look, dude, whatever I got to say, she sometimes call me a different name, not in a bad way. She's just like, you know, talking a little bit out of normal. So I'm like, catches my, listen, this is happening too much. And I keep talking about it and it's going over your head. It's time for us to recalibrate this. And I personally need that. And it sounds like what you're describing, and just about everybody else does too.
Keith, John, and Briana, no safe words this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends here. We're talking divorce. We're talking divorce day. Inquiries going up yesterday as we go through the month of January. But Briana, before we get into our next topic, as I close this one up, what struck me with this one was this concept of clear coding. And when I did some research on this, Briana, it's some terminology that, and to Keith and John, is just speaking clearly and making your intentions clear. But this terminology of clear coding, where, you know, maybe the generations, maybe perhaps a little bit younger than me, are looking for clarity in their conversations with their relationships, where instead of, again, let's do a role play here. We're coming into January. We want to let our partner know of our intentions very clearly, don't we? We at this point, we don't want to be dicking around, Briana, right? It's like, hey, we got this. I've called the lawyer. Things are over. Is that what we're getting at with this clear coding type situation, Briana?
Sort of. And I'm doing this off the cuff, so everyone be kind and give me some grace. It's also the crack of dawn. But clear coding, okay, is essentially making the invisible rules of a relationship that you feel are implicit with you and your partner incredibly explicit, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So we want to do that before resentment explains it for us. Where, yeah, right? So if I'm going through my partnership and I have implicit boundaries, implicit rules, implicit guidelines, right? And here's what everyone needs to know. When you start in a relationship, chemistry does that for you. Think about it. It feels easy. It feels natural, right? Chemistry, compatibility, all of that.
Yes.
We don't need to be explicit. That's the point of why we're feeling this, why we're vibing together. It's because feels like we get each other and you're on my page with values and how we kind of want to bop along and do this thing. So we sort of get off on this bad foot. That's a beautiful foot. It's a gorgeous foot, but bad foot for sustainability, where implicitness is kind of what makes us awesome and what makes us feel like we're a match, right? But that's not how sustainable relationships work or necessarily thrive, right? We have to bring the invisible into not only visible, but explicitness. When we don't, which is the antithesis of, quote, clear coding, and I do like this term, I'm down for this term. Otherwise, what happens is silence. We expect that to explain it for us. Resentment. I gave him an eyeball. I was short that day. I was curt. I took 2 hours to write back to my text, or I wasn't as forthcoming as I typically would be. Let me drop this nugget, the signal for him to pick up on or for her to pick up on, and that'll do the work a little bit. That's what we think. And it's natural. We all do it. That is a trap. That is bad news. That's what we're talking about. So clear coding would be literally taking that implicitness, the invisible rules, calling them out so explicitly. That's awkward.
I love this. That's awesome. That's John. That's an awesome. Johnny, you jump in there?
Yeah, no, I mean, I fucking need this point blank. I mean, that little passive aggressive energy that starts so small. When I feel that, I'm like, okay, man, I got this is a really difficult world for me to live in. Let's just fucking have a conversation. Maybe it's going to be a harder one than I recognize, but clearly it needs to happen. So what's going on?
Well, you know what, John, too, and so Briana. So I'm in a blended marriage. I got a brand new wife who I'm madly in love with, Lauren, who I know is listening right now. And I love what you said, because you're right. When you get together, that implicit, it just kind of happens naturally, right? What I've really enjoyed, Briana, is falling in love with Lauren as we have been explicitly figuring what the book says. You know what I mean? So the implicit part came natural, but the times were, and it's funny, Johnny, because I learned this from AJ too. He said something to me, which was, you really love somebody when you're going through the moment of loving somebody, the bad times, the fun times. I didn't know that. Nobody ever taught me that. So now that as I'm going through my relationship with Lauren and my family, I'm loving figuring shit out. Briana, to your point, the explicit stuff, it's as if we're writing our book together, aren't we? It's like we're writing down your expectations, my expectations, the ones that we thought were implicit, but now that they're explicit. I love that explanation. I get that. I fully get that, Briana.
Great. One thing for anyone that's listening that does want to go down the path of marriage or some sort of really committed partnership, I know it's unsexy. It's so unsexy. Go see someone. Moderation, I would say, is paramount to doing it one-on-one personally, but that works too. And create a contract, right? So we literally have a contract about, can we go to dinners one-on-one with the opposite sex? What happens with this, right? Do we share
clear guidelines?
Oh yeah,
stuff that's like so not cool. I know, but if you guys can outline that and do it when it feels good, so you can have more of a fighting chance to keep like egos at bay, because we're both teammates in this conversation, right? We're still in our beginning stages where like vibes are good. Do that, right? Outline it. That's what you're talking about. But what I see a lot is that wisdom comes with our age group. That wisdom comes with, well, I did this 7 other times. It didn't go so great. Now I'm getting ahead of this shit. And I'm saying like, hey, what's your opinion on this? What do you think about this? Those are the conversations we have when we get into our, late 30s and 40s and 50s, where we've had a couple of divorces under our belt, right? We don't typically have them at 20s and stuff. So if we're listening to this, right, get ahead of it, do some legwork on that explicitness, and you will absolutely have so much more runway for success and fending off resentment than most people that just ride that chemistry compatibility wave. We're different till death do us part. I do. We're unicorns. We're unique. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah.
John? Well, I love it. It's like, everybody's a puzzle, and it's so much easier when you come and say, hey, help me understand your puzzle, please.
Yes. Hanging out with Keith, John, and Briana Bass. So because Keith and John have our names on this show, we get to make the calls. And team, I'm actually calling out our second topic. We're not going to get to it because this one's too good. So we're going to get to our second topic next show with Briana, which is stop blaming your partner, the real cause of a sexless marriage. I want to stay here. I want to stay here with divorce and this conversation around.
I was going to say, you got to say something about everybody was expecting some conversation about sex. At least you teased it for the next time.
Well, I do want want to get into the real cause of a sexless marriage with Briana in the future, because that's a deep one. And maybe we can tease a little bit of it, especially as we're coming into January now. And Briana, you got all these dudes that are all like, yeah, I want to have a fit wife, or I want to have an attractive wife, and they're just sitting fat on the couch crushing burgers. And you're like, dude, you got to go look at yourself first before you want you want to go and have a fit, attractive wife. Let's just kind of tease that topic for a quick second, Briana, because there's guys starting out January right now that the resolutions are, I want to get rid of my fat gut so my wife will have sex with me. Briana, how do you handle that kind of quick question with some guy?
Fuck me.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up, dude.
I know it is, Johnny. I know it is.
It's like, Jesus Christ, is that your fucking motivation for wanting to get? It should be one of many reasons, but how about have a fucking little self-respect, you fucking pig?
Yeah. Briana?
Man, that's a complicated one. And yes, I do think we should punt this conversation to next time where we can devote a little more time. But this I have a lot to say on. I mean, one, it's my job. Also, I appreciated the joke that you made in the intro about, like, I can't believe that's a real job. I can't believe my job's a real job either.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. And the title is absurd, right? Like a board certified clinical sexologist. I sound like I made it up, but there's psychologists, biologists, it's all of the ologists, and this is one too, guys. It's totally legitimate, I promise. But anywho, on the sexless marriage thing, right? First off, it's never what it seems on the surface, right? It's an iceberg. You're looking at the fat, you're looking at they're in the gym or not in the gym or whatever. I know that it's underneath the water. And we have to start to really think about all of these things. People think that we have these big, there's this big misconception around we have this huge libido loss. No, we don't. Now, libido loss is a very real and legitimate thing. We can talk about performance anxiety and ED and perimenopause and menopause and and all the shit. But for the sake of this conversation, generally speaking, sexless marriage, we are really not hit with this plummet in libido like we think from it being desire based, right? I lost desire. What it is ultimately about is the lack of clear coding and us drifting away, a silent drift where we wake up, and sex is the first thing that's always going to take the hit. Sex is the barometer, right? So if you're already seeing a decline in your sexual activity in a way that you deem to be, unreasonable compared to where it was or whatever, that should be your first warning sign. We talking about stopping the bleeding, John, we want to stop that bleeding now. I know that we're now starting to build an iceberg. And we want to keep that as small as possible. Mm-hmm. So the sexless thing is your flag. That is somebody handing you the answers to the test and going, hey, dude, stop.
Yeah. Teasing no sexless marriage with Briana Bass, myself, Keith Billis, and John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Briana, so it was our first little segment together. How did it go for you? Was it good? Was it good for you as it was for me and John?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
He's a little fucking creepy now and again, Briana. Just understand it. He doesn't mean any harm,
Of course. A little chihuahua, I get it. Like,
wait a minute! It's your first day on the show. You're calling me a fucking chihuahua, Anderson?
Well, dude, listen, I got nothing for you, brother. That was pretty out there, dude.
Oh, she's good, man. Briana Bass. I love it. Hey, Briana, did you grow up with video games, Briana?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did. How about Johnny? Yeah. Check this out. Vintage throwback. The evolution of the game console. Anderson, did you have a video game playing it? Did you play Atari or Coleco, Johnny, or were you playing carry the bag?
The one I had when it went to the television. So it was. I think it was Atari.
Yeah, I had an Atari. Yeah, I absolutely had an Atari. I love these vintage stuff because it makes me feel comfortable when I look back at the things we grew up with, which is a lot of fun. Hey, Briana, before you go, and hey, John, before you go.
John, before you go, Six Flags Qiddiya just opened a coaster that's basically a skyscraper sprint. It's called Falcon's Flight. They're calling it the tallest, fastest, longest. 640 feet high, 155 miles an hour, and it uses a cliff drop. Track is 2.6 miles long. It's got 3 launches, so you don't get to breathe between them. The park opened on December 31. It's the first Six Flags park in Asia, and they made this thing the icon. The big dog. You riding it first, or you're holding Sterling O's coffee at ground level? Be honest.
Nation, we got a GoFundMe starting because we want to see John Anderson go down this roller coaster. I don't know if John's ever roller coaster.
I stopped doing roller coasters way back when I didn't fucking properly clicked into these things.
Well, that's what I mean. I figured Briana and Keith could start a GoFundMe so we can see John go down the roller coaster. This is crazy, man. I'm not a roller. Briana, you a roller coaster girl?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do this?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
if I could get clicked in properly, the last three I've went on, it was
I'll go with you, John.
If I fit in there, if I fit in there, if the thing comes down and I hear 3 clicks, I'm good. If it takes a bunch of people fucking doing this to get it to click once, I'm out.
I could see it. Keith and John and Briana and me, the little chihuahua sitting in the middle. There we go. We can do a roller coaster ride together. Briana, I've had a lot of fun with you today. I thought this was an awesome segment. I'll send you a little text later today. But John, Briana, it was awesome. It was great, Briana. I think it was a good first segment. And the comments from the community are awesome as well. And Nation, we're going to get some questions coming up. We got an app we're creating for Briana Bass's segment so we can do anonymous questions, feedback when she's not on the show. And our goal is to get this to a regular weekly segment. Briana, you good?
I'm good. I'll say one last comment on this subject, right? That I think, for the men here, I want you to treat your relationships as you would your own entrepreneurial business, right? If you had a business, think of having a business partner or anything, right? You would be obsessed with clear roles, expectations, feedback loops, performance metrics, right? So your relationship is more important than your business. They say that, especially marriage, right? The most important decision you'll make of your entire life.
Yeah.
Completely change the trajectory of someone's life. So treat it the same, right? So treat it the same. Clear roles, expectations, all of it. It is your business. It should not be any different. If anything, it should be more sensitive. So think of it like that.
I love it.
That's a really fucking interesting. I've never heard that before, but that's going to make a lot of sense to a lot of people out there, Briana.
Well, Briana, we joke about it all the time. My daughter, who's in grade 10, is learning how to put flags on a map, when instead maybe she should be learning about how human relationships work. Maybe we need to be teaching our kids about human relationships instead of how to fucking color a map in 2026.
Yeah, that would be some important information to learn.
All right, Briana, we're going to walk you out. I appreciate you, man. I had a lot of fun. What a great segment with you. Johnny, a lot of love for you, brother. You enjoy your day today. And Briana, you enjoy yours as well. Johnny, Grant, just stick around for a quick second. Briana, we'll see you later, okay?
Briana, pleasure. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Bye, Briana. All right, she's out of here. Johnny, that was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was and it was it was a great conversation, but everybody's still waiting for the bombs to drop with true sex talk.
Well, yeah, and that's coming up. Yeah, we might even have
beautiful. It was a good teaser. I was like,
I was
about ready to blow it up and go, okay, let me ask a question so everybody can get what they want. And I thought, well, everybody knows that's coming. We got their attention. Let's just let this roll out nice and slow.
I love it. Well, maybe we'll have to bring on Brian and Gladys onto that sex conversation too, John. We'll bring in my mom and dad and say, hey, so what's up?
I still want to know, does your mom understand, your dad know that their safe word is like a word that's used in like heavy, crazy porn?
I'll have to have that conversation with mom and dad. Before you go, how was your lift yesterday? I know it was you did just go pickleball? Like no lift yesterday, just pickleball?
Pickleball yesterday. Yeah. Today's going to be a training day. Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm eager to hear how that goes for you, pal. I really am. I'm eager to hear because I know you've been.
There's a possibility I might actually flirt with training a little bit more often, just shorter sessions.
Oh, nice.
Because I've. So this again, I got a lot of interest in what I'm doing with my schedule and just finding new, more efficient, better, enjoyable grooves for the year. So it's good.
I love how you weaved your word and interest. It's the word we own here on the show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, friends. Interest Nation. You can unlock the greatest achievements in your life if you're interested in it. It's actually as simple as that. We've solved the world's problem. Just have interest. There you go. That's it. Anderson, great show, man. A lot of love for you. I love you, brother. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
I love you too, my brother. Have an amazing loop. I'll see you in the morning.
All right. Take care. Johnny's out of here, guys. He's out of here, and I'm left. The handsome chief. Boom, boom. Whoa, that was fun. Whoa, that was fun. Petro, I can tell you're enjoying it. I can tell Maddie is enjoying it. I can tell the nation is joining as well. I am eager to continue having that great segment with Briana Bass every second Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? Every second Tuesday right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. All right, so hey, this is the morning focus segment. I got a little bit of a monologue to get after here today, guys, which is, well, I've named it, we got an opener. I'm going to tease it with this. It's called, oh, good time. You're out there, brother. Yes, you are. I don't know if you saw that earlier clip, but we ran that clip there of the hug statement. That was an awesome video there. Good time you dropped my way. All right, guys. Nation. It all starts like this. It's called Open the Room.
The algorithm pats your head and you feel like a boss. It's just a post. Nobody can talk back. That's why it feels good. It's control. Leadership isn't control, it's contact. If you open a room, someone will interrupt you. Someone will ask, "What do you mean, Chief?" And you'll learn fast what lands and what's fluff. So quit hiding in content. Open the room, make it weekly, and build something people can feel.
Hey guys, can open the phone lines up here pretty soon here, 431-300-3005. Come join the conversation with me. Where are you joining me from? What do you got to say? What do you got going on for New Year's? Are you in a relationship challenge? Are you moving through divorce? 431-300-3005. Your love life now could cave. Save your next relationship. And hey guys, if you want to drop anonymous questions for Briana, 431-300-3005. We will get to them and bring Briana into the conversational questions. All right, I see some of the comments here from the community. We got Mike Sullivan saying, yes, teachers really need to teach. Yeah, you got to do things in the regular you don't feel like doing sometimes. It's called discipline and motivation, and success flows from discipline. And we got Spartacus coming in saying the start of the new year prompts reflection and a desire for a fresh start prompt. Well, I thought today would be a good day for me to reignite the dialogue around what we are building here in the lab. And I want to get into leadership. And I want to get into live conversation and leadership. Leadership has been the theme this week in the show. Talked about it with Jack Ryan yesterday. We talked about how sometimes being a good leader is actually making decisions, even if people don't like the decisions you're making. But let's get after it, guys. Opening the room. You ever notice how we've trained ourselves to lead from behind a screen? Think about that. Without letting anyone ever talk back. Why is that, nation? Why is that, good time? Why is it that we call it leadership because we posted a quote? Sorry to everybody who's up posting quotes today. Just saying. So, I got people getting on LinkedIn posting a quote and they call themselves a leader. And for somewhere along the way, we call it community because we have a follower count. What? We call it influence because the algorithm gave us a little pat on the shoulder. But if nobody can respond, I would argue that you're not leading. You're simply broadcasting. And broadcasting is actually largely pretty safe. It lets you look polished. It lets you stay in control. But leadership is a room where people can interrupt you. Oh, but Keith, there's going to be trolls sending me bad notes. There's going to be people in the audience heckling me. There's going to be people that are saying things to me that don't make me feel very good. Yeah, well, that's what being a leader is. A room is where someone can say, hey, Keith, that sounds nice. Or like Briana said, hey, Keith, I don't agree with you. I fucking love that. I love that. I didn't get offended. I'm like, oh, I leaned in. But what do you actually mean, Briana? Well, I don't agree with what you said. Oh, tell me more. Because a room is where you can't hide behind a perfectly edited caption and 3 emojis that pretend you're okay. That's why what we do and what I'm encouraging you to lean into, that's why live conversation is so powerful. Because live is where the truth leaks out. Live is where your tone matters. Live is where your nervous system shows. Live is where you can't fake any conviction. And our good buddy, Matt Roof, this morning at 7:30 Eastern time on Kindness Rising, The kindness was rising so much where somebody asked him to suck someone's balls. True story. You can't make this shit up. But you see, if Rufy was broadcasting, he can't have that interaction. And then here's the thing that's going to sting a little. If you're a leader, you're not going to get messages from people that are asking you to suck their balls. No. You're just going to be passively sending out their messages, your content, and you're going to be wondering about who might want to suck your balls. But if you're a leader and you're not willing to show up, I'm sorry. If you're a leader and you're not willing, I'm sorry, that is what a good host and a good live person does. You engage in the comments. Just saying. Because if I had a podcast right now, or if this was recorded, we couldn't do this. So right now, we are weaving Matt Roof's experience about being invited to suck somebody's balls as part of his morning show at 7:30 Eastern time, right here on Mornings in the Lab. So if it was just a podcast, we could not have this conversation. You see how we did that? We all weaved it in. And if that person went to Cheryl Whitaker's show or Briana Bass's show, it would all just be Roofy is just leaning into this one. But here's the thing. The community you want to build isn't built with content, isn't built with passive broadcasting at. No, it's built with contact. Guys, get your head out of the gutter. No, think about it. The most meaningful moments of your life weren't a post. They were a conversation, a phone call, a kitchen table, a late night confession, a messy, awkward, honest back and forth where something real happened, like somebody texted you on your live show saying, hey, suck my balls. That's the magic. As ridiculous as it is, that is the magic. That's the transfer. And somewhere we lost it. Somewhere we lost it with, yeah, there's my link in the bio. Yeah, we replaced it with just comment yes, and I'll DM you later. We replaced it with pretending we're accessible while staying just out of reach, staying out of reach. So people follow you, but they don't feel you. They see you. They like your content, but they don't engage. They don't even know you. They like you, but they're not loyal to you. Because loyalty is earned in real time. How do I know? Have you seen our show? People show up daily. People show up before the show starts. So let me tell you what live does that posting never will. Live creates belonging. Do you think the guy who invited Matt to suck his balls today felt like he belonged? Sure he did, because somebody engaged with him. Not some kind of fake kind conversation where people are quietly consuming you like some kind of Netflix series. Real belonging. The guy's like, yes. Where they feel like they're participants. Where they feel like they matter. Where they not just watching your life, they're contributing it to a shared one. And the wild part, Roofy, it doesn't even have to be perfect. In fact, if it's too perfect, people don't even trust it anymore because perfect and polish is cheap now. Perfect is all over the place. Polish is generated, but real-time presence like we do here every single day at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and Matt does at 7:30 Eastern time, and Cheryl Whitaker's going to do it at 8:30 Eastern time, and Jason Hewlett's going to do it at 11 o'clock Eastern time. You can't automate any of that bullshit. No. You can't outsource someone giving a damn. You can't AI your way into a community that trusts you. And that's why live is the ultimate leadership move. Because it forces you, Mr. Leader, it forces you, Mrs. Leader, to do the hardest thing in business and in life. What is he talking about? What's Keith saying that could force me to do the hardest thing in business and life? You want to know what it is? You really want to know what it is? It's called being accountable to other humans. Not to a KPI, not to a dashboard, not to engagement. No, but to people. And if you're thinking, yeah, but Keith, I'm not a host. I'm not a performer, Keith. I can't do what you and John do. You guys intimidate me. Watch this. Good. Fucking right. Good. Because this isn't performing. This is serving. This is holding a space. This is asking better questions than anyone else. This is being the person who says, all right, What are we actually dealing with right motherfucking now? A leader doesn't just have the answers. A leader creates a place where the right conversations can happen. A leader creates a place, a live room, which is a leadership arena. And let's be honest, I know many of you, plenty of you, much of you, some of you have been hiding. Not because you don't have value, but because live requires courage. It's easy to look wise in a carousel. It's easier to post, but it's harder to look someone in the eye digitally and say, just like Briana did to me, no, Keith, I disagree. Here's what I believe. Love that. It's called the conversation. Here's what I've learned. Here's what I'm still working through. Here's what we're building together. That's why live conversation changes everything. Because when you go live consistently, three things happen. How do I know? Because I see it daily. I see it weekly, and I've seen it monthly on this show. Three things happen. Trust accelerates. People stop guessing who you are. How? Because they experience you. You don't got to do this daily, weekly. They experience you. Your message sharpens. You watch over the next year, Briana's message sharpening. You watch over the next year, John Petrocelli's BS or No BS show on Fridays sharpen. Because when real humans react in real time, you nation, immediately learn what lands, what's confusing, and what is full of shit. Your community becomes a force. Look at our community here in the lab. You guys aren't an audience. You are part of the Mornings in the Lab community, a force. People start showing up for each other. I see you guys. I see how Seasoned props up Good Time. I see how Good Time sends the love out to Petro. I see how Spartacus sends out the high fives to Kindness Rising. Because all of you start showing up for each other, not just for you. That is the shift. What's an audience? It's passive. What is community? It's active. Audience watches. You, our community, you fucking move. Now, let's do a quick check-in. If you're here with me live right now, tell me. Come type live in the chat. I know I see you there. Just prove to me you're a real human. You're not one of those weird internet ghosts. And if you ever felt like you were shouting into the void online, drop it. Because I have been there too, you guys. True story. So here's my challenge to you. Stop waiting until everything is ready. Stop waiting until your camera setup is perfect. Stop waiting until you have the perfect brand colors. Stop waiting until you feel confident. Because confidence isn't the prerequisite. No, confidence is the byproduct. You build your confidence by showing up, putting in the reps. So if you're a leader in business, in fitness, in a relationship, in parenting, in fitness, in a team or in a community, your next level is not another post. Stop. Don't waste your time. Your next level is opening a room. Maybe once a week, maybe the same time, maybe the same place, maybe for 20 minutes, maybe a simple format. Maybe it's what's happening right now. What are we learning? What are we committed to? Who needs help? What's the next move? That's it. If you do that for 90 days, I promise you something. You will not just grow. To your community nation, you will matter. Because in a world drowning in content, non-stop AI-generated content, the rarest thing is someone willing to be present. So yeah, post if you want. But if you want to lead, my invitation goes like this. Open the room. Host the conversation. Let your people speak. Let the truth show up. And if you don't know how to structure it, brand it, build it, or make it actually convert into momentum, well, that's what we do. Because leadership, it's not content. Leadership is contact. Let's go.
It's time for Community Corner Nation. I've got 3 quick reads and they connect. Body, marriage, and kids keep receipts. If you're losing strength, don't ignore it. Sexual health is often the first warning light. If you're keeping score at home, it's not teamwork. That slow burn turns into distance. If your kids never feel friction, they don't build grit. Comfort all the time makes weak coping skills. Pick the system you'll train this week: body, marriage, or parenting. Back to you, handsome chief.
Being a leader is hard, but it's not as hard as you think. It's funny, I would even argue perhaps being a leader might be easier than everybody thinks, because being a leader means showing up. Being a leader means saying when you don't have all the answers. Being a leader means falling and learning, getting up and starting again. It's crazy, actually, how difficult most of us think leadership is, when in reality, it just means going first. Guys, YouTube, your muscle mass predicts your sex life. Oh yeah, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon and urologist Dr. Tobias Kohler explain muscle mass is a longevity organ. We're talking organs here in the lab this morning. Building and maintaining muscle is one of the most powerful levers men have for erectile function, testosterone, and vitality. So based on this, we know Anderson's rocking a Woody nonstop, man. The guy's just full of muscle. Men with more muscle have better erections. Just fucking steel, just steel on steel. Low muscle mass and sarcopenia strongly linked to erectile dysfunction and low desire. Yeah, old pile of kittens over there. Hey, the guy's got a pile of kittens. That's the Big Mac. Erectile function is often first to go when overall health declines. Makes it a key barometer of male health. Guys, my invitation goes like this. Get that regular exercise in 150 minutes a week. Moderate to vigorous. Just do something that's of interest. Go for a walk. Lift some weights. You might just lower your ED risk by about 20%. True story. Men who maintain muscle strength are about 66% less likely to report multiple sexual problems. Older men with sarcopenia have 2.7-fold higher risk of moderate to severe ED. So here's how it goes, you guys. It's true, Charlie. Use it or lose it. Soft wood ain't going to get you nowhere. Long periods without erections can cause penis shortening of 1 to 2 centimeters over 3 months. Guys, just fucking rub it out, man. Eat good food, rub it out daily, you'll live longer. It's just how it is. Hey, good time. We talk about that in the lab all the time. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Rub it out. Rub it up, dub. Rub it out. Have some good food. Make love to your wife. Things are good. It's funny. I just said something I don't think anybody uses anymore. Eh? True story. Hey, Charlie, we don't use... See you later, Maddie. Good to see you, brother. 100%, pal. Appreciate hanging on the show this today. We never use word like make love anymore, do we? It's like an old term. Oh, make love to your wife. What the fuck is that? Make love to your wife. Yeah. Well, hey, the 3 slow burns that make husbands walk away. Wah, wah, wah. Sing by. Hope I said his name right. Sing by says many husbands reach, dude, twice a day weather needs to, I'm with you good time, at least twice a day. True story. At least morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it needs attention. You got to give it the attention it desires. Yeah. Sing by says many husbands reach the point of saying I'm done because of 3 slow burning patterns. Unequal response to illness, treating marriage like a running transaction, and deep emotional isolation. Studies of older couples show that divorce risk rises significantly when wives become ill or depressed, but not when husbands do. Many men struggle to step into the caregiver role their wives routinely fill. Interesting. Oh, this is an interesting conversation to be had. Because when couples treat partnerships like a ledger, laundry for lawn care, cooking for income, relationship satisfaction drops, scorekeeping breeds contempt. Gottman research, we talked about on the show before with AJ, Gottman research, contempt is one of the strongest predictors of divorce. Men who feel chronically judged as never enough become more likely mentally than physically exit. Many men rely on their wife as their only deep emotional connection. When the marriage becomes distant, they experience intense loneliness. This is fascinating to me, actually. I was reading this, actually. Because being married and lonely can feel worse than being single. That is often when husbands finally walk away. So, as you're listening to me, which one of these slow burns are you ignoring in your own marriage? And if you want to talk about it, I got an invitation for you. No names. 431-300-3005. 431-300-3005. Send me a text. We'll get you in touch with Briana. No names. Maybe you got a curious question. Maybe you're looking for some help, relationship advice. Put it on the table. Throw me a question. We'll put it out there for Briana Bass in our next conversation. Maybe there's a reason why you are ignoring a slow burn. Maybe your wife is ill. Maybe we got to find a way to figure that out. All right, LinkedIn, why your kids need friction more than protection. Emily Lyons argues children need controlled suffering, friction, and adversity to build character and resilience. I like this. She cites NVIDIA founder Jensen Huang telling Stanford students he doesn't know how to teach resilience except through suffering. Greatness is rooted in character, which is formed through struggle. Lyons distinguishes between trauma and productive suffering. Purposeful adversity forces kids to discover who they are when no one softens the landing. I fucking love this. I love this because there's examples: boredom, frustration, effort without immediate reward, failure. Essential training grounds for creativity, persistence, character, and resilience. Well, here's the thing in my world. My kids have not been handed out checks. My kids have not been handed out. My kids are not trust fund babies. No. I've given my kids purposeful adversity. True story. Carter, Piper, Brookie, go figure shit out. Yeah. I'll cradle you with a soft landing if shit goes sideways, but you got to go figure shit out. There's no participation award in our house. There's no medal because you fucking showed up. But current culture undermines resilience by overprotecting kids, removing boredom with screens or medals. And that failure with participation, with that failure with participation trophies, just frustrates by stepping in too early. Because the favor to children isn't making life easy, it's teaching them they can endure and grow through hard things. Nobody likes to call it tough love. Oh, you can't tough love them, Keith. What is it, 1940? No, fuck that. Little Johnny needs to get his ass kicked and learn something. Oh, is Keith being all kicking his kid's ass? No, little Johnny needs his ass kicked so we can go learn something. Read between the lines, a little bit of a metaphor there. Sometimes the kids need to have their ass kicked. True story. I had my ass kicked a few times. No, I'm not talking about my ass actually kicked. The metaphor. Are you protecting your kids from discomfort? Or are you accidentally protecting them from becoming strong, nation? Maya, what about you? Where do you stand on this?
That's Community Corner, Nation. Your body, your marriage, and your kids keep receipts. Pick one system. No speeches today. Do one small action before lunch. Then do it again tomorrow. Nation, follow us on LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube, and tag a friend in the next post.
There we go. Whoa. Today we talked about how relationships don't usually end with a blow up. Or maybe they end with a blow job, though. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The door was wide open. I just had to walk right into it. But they could end with a slow drift. Yeah, true story. Hey, today we talked about unchecked habits, conversations that never, yeah, exactly, Jimmy. We got better terms for making love here. It's called life expectancy work. Hey, Sullivan, I see your $2, man. I appreciate the love, brother. If you guys don't know who Mike Sullivan is, Mike Sullivan, future life coach. Go hang out with Mike. You can find him on LinkedIn. He joins us every single day. He's one of our OGs here in the Mornings in the Lab community. I know Holroyd, don't want to offend you here. Holroyd's the true OG. Well, maybe actually Good Time might be the true OG. But I got a few OGs here who hang out with us daily, and I appreciate the love you guys put on the table. And Mike, I appreciate that $2, man. That is awesome. And we got Sullivan. Hope to help more in the future. Great community. Good Time. Holroyd, Spartacus, Matt Roof. Yeah, exactly, man. And Good Time. Move to America. Free oil and gas for your kids. You know, Charlie, you and I are going to have a lot of fun for the next forever, man. Fuck, I feel like we are reading the same script in life. I just feel like we're on the same page, man. I feel like You get my humor, you kind of get my innuendo, and I feel like we're just having the same laughter. So, move to America for free oil and gas for your kids, or move to Greenland and get some free minerals. True story. Or hey, maybe you can move to Canada, Charlie. And I'm suspecting that the Arctic north of Canada might be the next target for the man with yellow hair. Hey guys, we zoomed out, we zoomed in, and hopefully you didn't just nod along on today's show. You guys actually recognize something in yourself, in your relationship, or in the patterns you keep carrying forward. We had a great conversation with Michael Zervos today. We talked about happiness. We talked about we didn't even get into a lot of the big topics we were going to have with Michael today because we leaned into some really cool shit. I enjoyed the energy that Michael brought to the show. If you guys are new here, and you've been lurking, come on, like the show, subscribe to our channel so you can stay part of the conversation every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern time. We get Dominus Stereo. Do you think that the development of science will allow us to learn exactly how the brain works, how we make decisions, and whether free will exists? Dude, that is a fascinating question. Dominus Stereo 98. Domino, I think we're on the show. Where are you joining us from, Domino? I'll tell you so science fascinates me. You guys tune into the show enough times. I like talk science on the show. It's one of the reasons I have so much love for Petro, because he's a scientist, a social scientist. What I love about science is that it's the competitive side of like life. It's like trying to prove everybody else wrong. So do you think that the development of science will allow us to learn exactly how the brain works? I think that as we keep leaning into a world of AI and technology, we're going to learn more about the brain in the next 5 to 10 years than we have in the previous 20 or 30. It's going to be fascinating times ahead of us. The stuff that Elon and the gang are doing at Neuralink, right? That's some pretty crazy shit as well. Yeah, you're right. Good time. Thought you guys are going to be the 51st state. Probably inevitable. So I think it's so good time. I'll just postulate with a quick second for you here. So now that America has the world's largest fuel reserves just down there in that country down in South America called Venezuela, they kind of don't need Canada anymore. They're like, nah, we don't need your oil. Canada's like, what? What do you mean you don't need our oil? No, we don't need your oil anymore. Oh, so it's going to be an interesting conversation in the coming weeks and months with the Prime Minister Carney and the man with orange hair, but don't need your oil anymore, mister. Oh, but I thought you needed. No, we don't need your oil. True story. I don't think absolute free will exists. Dom Use Tarot opinions from Neiman. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. It's actually, that's an interesting question. Does free will actually exist? Or is it perpetuated by the environment around us? Is it perpetuated by the people around us? Is it perpetuated by preconceived learnings? Are we in a simulation? All these questions that we are looking for answers daily. Hey, coming up tomorrow, Kyle B. Rotsart. Cuba, Mexico, then you guys. I agree, good time. Dude, you are bang on, man. We are reading the same book. We're reading the same fucking book. Cuba's next, Mexico's next, and then Canada, and then they got that ballroom for 26 or 28 they're building over there. Got that new jet coming. Things aren't changing. So I'm going to say good time. We're going to be watching history while we're doing this show here. I promise I wasn't going to do a political show, even though it's kind of fun to have these wonderful, because we're actually good time. Look at me, man. This is not a political show. It's a history show. That's the reframing, Melissa and Jimmy. This is a history show because history is happening. It's true. It's happening right now in real time, and we're seeing it all unravel. Tomorrow, Kyle B. Rotsart, a pharmacist. The guy lost 50 pounds, ditched his own meds. A real conversation about health, responsibilities, systems at work, and what happens when someone stops outsourcing their well-being and owns it. All right, nation, we're going to see you guys in less than 22 hours. Lots of love from me to all of you guys. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you here less than 24 hours live. 8 o'clock Eastern time. Mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends. We'll see you guys.